stream from me, and it will be a short one. And when I mean short, I mean actually short. I'm not talking about a rainy short. I'm talking I got 2 hours. I got 2 hours. But hello, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, hold on. Why is this so loud? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Thank you so much for the raid. Well, Adela? Or is it Adela? Please let me know which it is. Congratulations to Massimus for getting first. Enjoy that first box. Use it for whatever you want to post or do. Thank you for lurking, Night Gear. Jelly, thank you for 32 months of support. Goodness gracious, I'm not using my 30-mile day because I don't got a lot of time and my hand tracking takes some time to set up. But yeah, welcome. If you're new, my name's Rainy. I'm your local magical girl, and it is so nice of you to come in. So nice of you to be here. And then Cole, thanks for your stream streak. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you got a goal, that is totally a-okay. I appreciate you coming in. But if you're going to stick around, we'd love to have you. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. Good. We just played some Genshin. Oh my god, I haven't played Genshin in so long. Oh my god. It used to be like my game. I used to stay up to like, I don't know, for 16 hours at a time just playing Genshin. Thank you for the hydration and reminding me to stretch my back. Thank you. Yeah. No, it's like, I don't know. Genshin just got so samey for me. Like every new place, it was like the same stuff. And I was like, well, I still have cosplaying from it. It's still a good game, I think. I still think it's a good game. It's just not one that I play a lot. But cool thing. I stopped, that's the thing. It was like the dailies became like tedious. I don't know. That's how it felt. It felt like a chore to go do my Genshin dailies. And that's why I stopped. I stopped though around Inazuma, I think. Yeah. Hold on, I gotta restart my VTube studio. Yeah, it was the third region, and I don't know. I know it's been a long time, and I don't think that the game got bad. It didn't get bad. Trust me, it didn't get bad. I still like it. It became tedious for me to like get on every day to do my dailies. So I guess grindy is the way, but. And you no longer need to do dailies. You get daily progress for pretty much anything. See, had it been like that back in the day, I might have played. I might have continued playing. But the fact that I had like only a certain amount of time and I had to get on every day, I was just like, oh, but no. So I still love it, but yeah, I think they lost quite a few people around Inazuma because I remember there being this like, at least in the areas that I was in, there was this kind of feeling like, wow, Genshin's kind of, you know, not as fun, which sucks because I loved Mondstadt. Like, I loved Mondstadt and Liyue a lot. I liked those areas a lot. And then, I don't know, Inazuma just kind of killed it for me, which sucks because, like, some of my favorite characters came from Inazuma. Like, oh, she's the firework girl. Oh, man, I love her. Oh, she's so cute. Why am I forgetting her name, though? I pulled for her so much. That's another thing. It's a gacha game. I am not really a gambler, but I'm poor, and I do try to crave certain characters, which is why I struggle with Uma. I still play Uma daily, though. I don't know. Something about that game. I don't really spend money on it, though. I think they just give me enough that it feels worth playing, you know? I love my Uma game, though. All my ponies are getting to rank A. Also, my special week is about to be full potential. Oh, yeah. She's gonna have potential 4, and I'm so close. Yeah, it is. I was choking on air. I had somebody who always dumped 1,000 tonnes of Genshin build strategies and how to optimize everything got bored after that. Oh. Yeah, no, I just gotta play with what I wanted, you know? Yeah, thank you, Otaku!
Love
Welcome
you,
back.
you.
I love you, you too. Thank you for 48 months with your Prime Gaming! Enjoy yourself for the month. Thank you for your support. Your support keeps the light-ons in this, in this ruin. All your guys' support keeps the light on. Actually, speaking of lights on, you know, I thought of something. It'll have to start on Monday because, unfortunate thing, tomorrow I will not be able to stream because I have to pick up Sean from his camping trip and we're going to go get a Christmas tree. So I can't stream at my normal time. And normally I don't stream on Saturdays because we hang out on Saturdays, but he's coming, he was not here. He was not here. So I was like, well, I'll stream here instead. Although yesterday I got so much work done. I wrapped all of his presents. I did not have a lot of money, but I got him some gifts. And then I did chores and I ran errands. I know, man. I wish he was real too. He's that boy in the show that's just my favorite. I need water. Also, Roxy, I was a big enjoyer of the mobile game for Infinity Nikki. And I was really excited to play the Infinity Nikki, but all the reviews were so bad I didn't even start. I was just like, nah, I'm good. But yeah, I'm not a gambler. That's the thing. I'm not interested in, I don't know. I just want the characters I want, and I hate that they're gacha. I wish I could just be like, here, I want them, you know? Funny enough, at an actual, you gamble every day, you roll out of bed. What, would you rather me not roll out of bed? Would you rather me never wake up? That would suck. Well, I guess not for me. That's okay, this is something that I always thought was very funny. And maybe I have maybe it's just because of my family has this dark humor. So, okay. There were times in my life, right, where people would be like, blah, 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 when you pass away, won't blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I won't care because I'm dead. I won't care what you do with my body. I won't care what you do with my stuff. I won't care because I won't exist. And I don't know. People try to use that as well, what wouldn't you care after you're? It's like I'm gone. You have me while I'm here. You know, enjoy the fact that you have me while I'm here. And yeah, once I'm gone, well, I guess whatever you do with my stuff is kind of up to you. But yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like a good day today. I woke up. The cats were laying on me. Which was nice. Yeah, I had to run errands yesterday. Run errands and wrap presents for him. And I think okay. I don't care about what happens after I leave. I will have no more bills after I take the dirt nap. I know. Well, I could stream from my bed, I guess, if I set it up. Yeah, man, it's just I don't know. I don't want to die, obviously. I like living. That's one thing that I think is very cool. That obviously well, I feel like life is very special. And it's something you only really get once. I know. Okay, I was a kind of a hater of the YOLO thing when it was annoying, the fucking 6-7 right now. The fucking 6-7 bullshit where people are just annoying. But Well, now it's fine, you know? Like, no, 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 no. But it's just like, it's cool. Is no more dumb than dumb stuff we. Oh yeah, no. Like when I don't. What is the right word? I don't hate on anyone for liking the 6'7" meme, but what I don't like is when people are at events screaming it at other people who are just trying to have a good time. That's a problem, and it's been happening a lot. So I have problems with those people. Just enjoying the meme. It's like, okay, it's kind of dumb. I don't get it. Maybe I'm old. 13 billion's pretty old. I get it, but you know, don't be obnoxious about anything in that way. Like, don't ruin other people's time. Leave the water. Thanks, Cole. Enjoy your lurk. And also, I feel like you can't really look at life as if, oh, well, one day it'll just be better. Or get good, I guess. Get good is better because life can always get better. But life can also always get worse. But if you're always thinking about what will be at another time, you're not going to enjoy what you have now. And that's true for almost anything. So if you're always like, damn, my life sucks. Every single thing about it sucks. It's like, is there no redeeming quality? Like, is there nothing you enjoy about it? Like, at all? Even the small things. I think that's also very important. Is you have to find small reasons to keep living. Like, that sounds kind of grim. But as somebody who has dealt with depression a lot of my life, I found that, like, sometimes you just need to think of the small things. Even if you're just like, man, I'm so excited to eat at that restaurant. I'm so hyped to eat at that restaurant. I'm so excited to, like, pet my cat. I'm so excited to, like, you know, you have to make your own happiness. Because unfortunately, life is just unfair. Oh my God, I love cream cheese wontons with crab. Ooh, so good. So good. My small thing person. Aw, I'm happy. Actually, oh my goodness. That reminds me. I got like a really, it feels really nice when I get nice comments. But I sometimes get these comments that are like, oh yeah, I really like what you do. It inspired me to start streaming, or it inspired me to do this, or it made my day better. And I was like, oh my God, that's like the best thing ever. That's like one of the best feelings in the entire world. Oh, thank you, thank you. One of the best feelings in the whole world. That's why I think more people should. I am of the opinion that if you want to say something to someone and it's a nice compliment, you should just say it. Actually, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so I went to In-N-Out the other day. I went to In-N-Out and I got a burger, but that's not as important as what ended up happening. So I was ordering from the drive-thru, and out of nowhere, I'm like ordering, and the girl taking my order just goes, "Oh my God, your eyes are so pretty, by the way." I was just like, oh my God. She was really cute too. So I was like, oh my God, thanks. So, yeah, she was nice. She was nice. How the frick do I turn these off? There. There we go. But yeah, it was nice. I think that it really made my day. I think that if you see someone, you're like, man, I like their shirt, just tell them. If you're like, man, I like the way their hair sits, I don't know, tell them. You know, tell them. Yeah, life is unfair, but I got some cool black jewelry today. Hell yeah! Yeah, tell me right now one like thing you're happy about in your life, even if it's small. Even if it's just like, man, I don't know. I saw a cool duck today, you know? Tell me one good thing. Even if you don't think it's a very big thing. Bella Depresso, especially here, the small things really do make a difference. Yeah, if you're always focusing on like one day my life will be this and one day this will be that, it's like you're never going to be happy. I don't know how to tell you this, but if you're always worried about what will be, and you don't look around and are like, what do I have right now? And kind of focusing on the present, you will never, ever be happy. It's like how I feel about sometimes there are creators or streamers, and they are always thinking about, oh, well, one day when I have this many followers, or one day when I make this much money, then I'll be happy. That's when things will finally start for me. And I'm like, what about what you have now? It's okay to want more, especially if you like this job doesn't really give you a career like this does not really give you a way to be promoted by someone else. You kind of have to promote yourself, and your chat has, or your audience and supporters have to kind of promote you in the grand scheme of this space. But if you're always looking at what might be, you'll never, ever be happy. Even once you get there, you'll be like, well, what's after this, right? So I know it can be very hard to not be sad. Because like it can be really easy to get into your little depression episode. I know. But you can't, if you really want to make it easier, you have to change kind of your perspective on how you look at life and how you navigate it. But that's just my feelings on it. So, oh my God, I've been promoted to Oshi. I love that. Man, I will work very hard on this with this new promotion. I got a burger today too. Sushi keeps me ticking. That was a short joke, by the way. I know it was a short joke, but it was still very nice. I still thought it was nice. And also, unlike some people, I like being short. I wish I was shorter. I wish I was so small I could fit in your pocket. Your life isn't fair, but I got me some cool black jewelry. Oh, I read that one. You should already know you've directly inspired me, and I always cherish you. Thank you. I'm happy that I have. I really am. You little comments like that are so energizing. Yeah, it's nice. You know, sometimes I've met people that are like, I don't want to tell people, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you should. If you like someone's art, comment it. If you like someone's photography, comment it. I did that earlier today. I saw, like, sometimes I won't even follow the person because maybe I just like the one piece of art, but I'll see something and I'm like, I love this. Thank you for posting it, you know? Put a little bit of joy back into the world. A little bit of kindness. Because it goes a long way. I'm playing Pokemon games and watching my favorite streamer. Wait, which one? Are you still playing the card one? Also, I'm glad I'm your favorite streamer. I know that people have told me that I'm their favorite, but that still feels crazy. That there are some people that are like, yeah, that little kind of nobody comparatively, I like her. Makes me feel like a somebody. A customer said that I had beautiful hands. Ooh, oh my God, that's nice. What a nice comment. I think I have like okay hands. I couldn't be a hand model, but Justin, if I'm going up. Oh, my radio. There you go. I'm going to see Hadestown tonight. Oh, you know, I know lots of people are interested in Hadestown. I've never actually heard any of it. I still haven't even heard from like of the Epic musical at all. I think I heard one song when I was in Pear's car, which, oh, I'm so excited to tell you guys. Okay, next Friday, I don't know the time yet, but on the 12th, me and Pear are probably like 99.999% sure having a bake-off, a cookie bake-off, all right? Pear versus Rainy in a cookie Christmas holiday cookie bake-off. I'm very excited. Getting my tattoo finished tomorrow. Is there something happy about that? Oh, what's your tattoo of? If you don't mind saying. I'm happy that I have hobbies that make other people happy because making other people happy makes me happy. I feel that too. I don't know. It's not, you know, there are lots of people in this world that I don't understand this mentality, I guess. They don't like seeing other people be happy. And like, it's like people who don't like others who are in relationships because they're like, oh, well, it makes me realize how I'm not in a relationship. It's like, I get that, but also why would you want the other, like those people to not be happy? Like, I mean, there's a difference I feel from rubbing your relationship in someone's face to just posting like, oh man, I love my husband, or I love my wife, or I love my partner, right? Or me and my me and my significant other went to this restaurant and it was nice. Like, I don't know. That's normal. That's a nothing burger. Like, if they were like, oh my God, we have the best relationship ever and you guys will never, ever understand it. Like, that's kind of shitty. But I ain't talking about those people, you know? The council has decided you are a friend. Was in a call with a friend and had a fun realization where if I didn't message one friend over a decade ago, we wouldn't have been friends now. Another friend of us wouldn't be married. I wouldn't be with my current partner, and many other small things that happened because of a single message. That's so nice. That's really nice. Oh my gosh. How wonderful that one message brought together so many people. Friendships, relationships, marriages. That's lovely. I love that. I love that so much. Thank you for sharing it. See, it's stuff like that. I'm a sucker for that wholesome shit, okay? I love that stuff. I love watching videos of people helping other people. I love watching videos of animals. I like that wholesome, good, soft shit. I love it so much. Oh, it's my favorite type of thing. Oh, it just gives me energy. Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. Talk of and spirited away. Wait, did you share a picture of that in the Discord? I feel like that's some... Unless I'm thinking somebody else's tattoo, but that sounds awesome. Welcome. Thank you, Lurker. Hello. When I get a sleeve on my left arm and I have no idea what style I want, my left arm is all Ghibli. It will be my third completed. Hi, Jello. How are you? I'm sorry. I'm a little behind on chat. My bad. Agreed. It's very pity of them because they don't know how redirect their negativity emotions to something to invest in generate a better outcome. Also, hi. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's much easier to dwell on the things that we don't like than it is to take that energy and put it towards something that can change, you know, our situation, right? So like if you're upset that you're not in a relationship and you're so sad because there's nobody out there for you, that's not true. There is somebody out there for you. But if you're dwelling on the fact that you don't have that person, whoever that is, instead of going out there and trying to find them or connect to people to have a connection to possibly be in a relationship, the problem probably lies with you, not with other people who are happily in relationships. Like either they put in the work or it just fell in their lap. I'm lucky, and Sean just happened to, he just looked at me and he went, I like that one, and it worked out, you know? I mean, not to say that it's not difficult. Obviously, every relationship is difficult. There will always be things you must work through. Like, relationships are not easy. But in terms of, like, getting into the relationship at the start, I had the easiest time. All I had to do was say yes. And I liked him. And he's cute. And he's nice. So I lucked out. But, you know, after the initial getting together, there's a lot of work that you have to do and that they have to do. It's not just, and that's true for anything. That's also true for just friendships. If one person puts in all the work, all the effort, and the other person ends up getting, like never doing anything, and the person who puts in all the effort eventually becomes like bitter because they're asking for support or asking for help and it's not being given to them, you know, there's a lot of issue with that. It's not like every relationship is just perfect. I have never met any single person whose relationship is perfect. Even the people who I knew one couple that was close to that. From the outside, I thought they had no problems. No, they had lots of problems. There were lots of problems there. They ended up, they got married and they got divorced, but they're still friends. But they got divorced because one of the people ended up being gay and or being more open about the fact that he was gay. And so, but they're friends, you know, but there were also other issues that were not that at all from before. So it's like, even if you as a person are like looking at someone's relationship and you're like, I'm unhappy because I don't have that, just know that it's probably not that easy. There's probably a lot going on that you don't get to see. It's like viewing someone's Instagram account or their Twitter. You're only going to see, unless they post the bad stuff, like they're only going to show you the best things that happened to them, right? The best things, right? The pictures where they looked great, the stories where they look the best. But, you know, there are lots of people also that are Not great, but you don't see that. So best to put any energy you have towards making your life better, even if it's a little bit at a time. Even if it's not the big jumps in stuff that you want. Hi, Geth. Hi, Tyler. Welcome. Hi, Scully. Thank you for your stream streak. I bet it's only half done. Oh, good. I did see it. Okay. Speaking of, I'm playing Pokemon Y on my 3DS. Oh, my God. I think, yeah, Pokemon Black was my first, and then I think X and Y was next. That's the one that's kind of in, like, France. Is that like, France? So, you know, if you think about it, I had the same thing. My two best friends we are friends because we messaged each other in Minecraft around 10 years ago, and this summer, one of our trio got married. Oh, that's cute! Congrats to them! Also, thank you for the kind message. Also, yeah, I like that one. I like X and Y a lot. A lot. I like that one. It felt very customizable, your character. I think that's the very first game where it felt really customizable, in my opinion. Yep, it's my bi-monthly check-in on a channel I should be watching more. The advice given on Twitter is always great. Well, thank you. You're always welcome here, whether it's, you know, you can come more often or less often. You're always welcome. So thanks for coming in. But yeah, that's my advice. That's my advice. Advice that wasn't asked for. The advice that I gave that wasn't asked for necessarily was, try and put more of your energy into positive things. I'm gonna be honest. When I was younger, man, being in my millions, that was a different time. But I was like really, really depressed. And I will say, this does not work for everyone. This does not magically fix depression. However, I remember one day I was like, it was difficult. It was a bad time. And I just sat there thinking to myself about, man, this sucks. Life sucks. All these things are ass. I hate this. And I went, why am I allowing myself to feel sad? And I don't know why, but just me sitting there staring up at my popcorn ceiling. Do you guys know Oswald the octopus and his dog? He's a hot dog. Okay, so this is gonna sound like a tangent, but trust me, it's relevant. So I was laying on my bed. I had a double bunk. And I was staring up at the ceiling. And in the ceiling, I could see what looked like Oswald the octopus and his dog. I don't know, like looking at clouds, right? And I was just thinking to myself, man, why am I just sitting here being sad? It doesn't make me feel any better. It honestly just makes me feel worse. What can I do instead? And then, like, I don't know. It doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't make it any easier. Obviously, you'll still be depressed at the end of the day, but sometimes a change in how you think about everything in your life can make a huge difference. So, what's up, Dork? Wait, what? Wait, is that to me? Huh? You are not contractually obligated, even if you are a mod. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it, though. Started learning to play piano again. I'm feeling bad, stuck. Just practice until I'm normal. Yeah, so with me, like with art, when I left school, I didn't do art for like 2 years. And it just made me so depressed. And it's because I was being too hard on myself. I was like, why is my art not as good as blah, 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 right? It's like, hold on. Stop. Take a step back. Stop comparing yourself. That's probably one of the hardest things. It's such an easy thing to do. And I know it's so easy to say, stop comparing yourself. Here's how you think about it. Here's how you actually overcome comparing yourself. In my opinion. Obviously, this is just my opinion. This might not work for everybody. If you are too focused on comparing yourself to other people who are, quote unquote, better streamers, better artists, better piano players, or if you're just thinking about yourself and you're comparing yourself to how you used to be, like this is for any comparison, even yourself. If you're like, I used to be so good at this and now I'm ass at this, or I used to do this, and it's like, okay, clearly something happened. Clearly something happened where you might feel like you're worse, but it doesn't mean that you've lost all your skills. You just need to remember them. So, you know, you have to think like, I need to stop being hard on myself. Because I think about when I was a new artist and how much art I made. Like the art wasn't very good. Okay, just the art wasn't very good, but I made, in a week, I would draw hundreds of things. I would draw characters. I would draw still life. I would draw everything. I would doodle constantly. And now as an adult, I barely ever draw because I'm too, like, especially after going to art college, I had teachers that kind of made me not feel great about my work, you know? And so I overthink everything now. And the only way to not overthink is just to kind of think, okay, I just said to not overthink, is just to like kind of stop thinking. Like go smooth brain mode and be like, I'm just gonna fuck around. I'm just gonna be on the piano and hit it until I feel like I wanna, you know, blah, 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 blah. Or I'm just gonna sit here with the pen and start making random lines and then eventually I'll draw something, right? Like sometimes you just need to force yourself not to compare yourself to old things or like get too stuck in your head. Like overthinking is probably in my opinion, the thing that kills creativity is overthinking, because whether or not you yourself, you think that you're good at something, you're probably much better at stuff than you think. It might not be the things you want to be good at, right? Like if you're like, man, I really wish I was a good singer and you've never sung before. Maybe you're not a good singer because you've never sung before. Or maybe you just don't have the ear for it. You can learn. But ignoring that part, there's probably something out there that you're good at. But if you only ever go, well, I'm not as good as so-and-so, of course you're going to feel shit about yourself. So stop doing that. Just be like, actually, this is something that when you're struggling to compare yourself. Now, this is going to sound like a weird piece of advice. This is going to sound like a really weird piece of advice. If you, let's say that you have like someone you know and you find yourself often on their social media looking at everything they do and just wishing you could be like them. Or every time they pop up, you're like, why can't I do that? Right? And you just feel bad about yourself. Mute them for a little bit. Now, you might be like, why would I mute someone that I like? Because you're stuck. That's why. Just try and separate yourself from them for a little bit so you can just focus on yourself, because that's another thing. If you find yourself, if you're like, man, today I'm going to draw something, and then you sit on Twitter or on Pinterest or on Instagram for like an hour or more just looking at other art that other people made because you're like, I'm looking for inspiration. Stop. If you really want like something to feel inspired by, go find one thing. And the second you're like, that inspires me, go draw something. It could be a picture. It could be another piece of art. It could be whatever. Go draw something. So, because you're going to spend so much of your life, because I do the same thing. I'm not perfect either. I'll sit there, I'll be like, I want to draw. And then I'll be like, what is that picture when you're like, you're like looking down at your phone and you see your double chin because you're like looking down at your screen type thing, right? And it's just, you could be making art. You could be recording videos. You could be singing. You could be playing that piano. You could be doing any of that. So go do it. It's like, it's awesome what other people make. Don't get me wrong. I like looking at stuff too. But don't spend your whole life just looking at stuff if you want to make stuff also. So, my beard perfectly highlighted. Sorry, I'm behind in chat. I'm reading now. Read this quote yesterday. 90% of things in your life are defined by the way you react to it, which really made me rethink things. I think that's a great quote. It's like, obviously, if something bad happens, you can react to it really badly, or you can react to it differently. Actually, this is really cute. This is really wholesome. Okay, this story itself is wholesome, but the situation's kind of meh. So I watch a lot of true crime. Also, welcome in, Muka. I will read your message in just a minute. Hi. I don't know what it says yet, but so I was watching a true crime documentary about this mom who unfortunately went missing. I think she went missing. She was eventually murdered. They found her, but her son was talking about this. She was a single mom and she was all dressed up. He was like reminiscing about her. And as he was outside playing with like the water, and as she walked by, he sprayed her with the water. And like most people probably would have just gotten really angry and upset because their kid hit them with water and they were all dressed up because her makeup was messed up now. She had water all over her dress. But she just kind of like turned to him and then she grabbed the water and started spraying him, right? It's like that could have been a much more unhappy memory for him as a kid. But because of the way she handled it, it was a nice and wholesome memory. And so I was like, oh, she was a good mom. So, I don't know. Sometimes we just have to think about how we react to things. It can definitely change how we feel about life, you know? I feel called out with my anime skills. I know how to animate. I went to school for it, and yet I still feel like I'm not good enough to do it. So there's so many things I want to animate that I don't. Do you know how many? I've written hundreds of ideas for comics that are in my iPad. I've even done like storyboards or like, you know, roughs for them, and I just never finish them because I think to myself, oh, well, what if it's not very good? Who the fuck cares if it's not very good? It'll be better if it exists fully than if it doesn't exist. Like I sound like kind of mean to me. I'm very mean to myself in my brain. Not mean in like a bad way, but I'm just like, dude, why are you letting this shit happen? There's like another side of me who's just like, no nonsense. She's like, why are you like this? Stop. Just finish them. God. Which I want to do after stream today. I have a couple things I need to do. I need to record a video. I want to work on comics. I got a bunch of Posca pens. Oh man, so excited. Sometimes I feel bad for my favorite guitar player, John, because I'm a much better programmer. But is he a better guitar player than you? I'm good at saying hello. Check this out. Rainy, your stream was recommended, and I just clicked on it because I love your model. After the stream, I can tell I enjoy your energy and voice. I will probably give you... Thank you, Mooka. I don't know if you're still here, but I really appreciate it if you're lurking. Thank you. Sorry it took me a minute to read it. I like to not miss people's messages, so sorry it took me a moment. Thank you for the follow, and I appreciate you coming in. I'm happy that you came from the recommended page. I really do love finding out where people find me through, you know? Couldn't be me. My beard perfectly hides it. Me seeing myself in my Switch screen. See, that's me. I was like sitting there like, ugh. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to see the FNAF movie. I want to see Zootopia 2. I want to see Wicked. Like, man, it's a good time for like movies right now. Hey, Benji, thank you for the lurk. Mwah, have a good time. At the streamer, hi. Hope I'm a good mom one day. Oh, I'm sure you'll be a great mom. Bringing an end to generational trauma. We love that, right? I don't know. It's nice. I gotta finish them, but I need to force myself to finish them. I've been inspired by this other person who's like, her art's really rough, but she still posts them. And I'm like, I just need to get over that. I have this really bad mentality of if it's not good enough, I shouldn't post it. And I tell people not to do that. I have a harder time taking my own advice. Not with everything, just when it comes to art. I've been really struggling. It's been getting better though. It's been getting better. So he's a better guitar player than me, but that's not hard because I can't play guitar at all. Hi, Mooka. Oh, what a cute emote. True. Anyway, no one cares about animations. I do, so it's not a big deal if they exist or not. But if they exist, it means I did something and I can do better next time. Yes! Yes! You can always do better next time! That's the thing. You learn. This is another... I don't know. This is another just, I guess, maybe a way I feel about life. I would rather fail at something that never have done it. Because you can always learn a lot from a failed attempt, but you can't learn anything if you never attempt. So there's lots of people who tell me, oh, I don't want to stream until I like, know this, and this, and I have this, and this. It's like, okay, well, your first stream, I'm just going to be very honest with y'all. Your first stream is probably not going to be very good. Your first anything, if you are going with no experience at all, your first attempt at something will probably not be the best. The very first drawing I ever did was not very good. The very first song I ever sang was not very good. The very first stream I did had mic problems and sound issues and it had issues. I am very thankful to anyone who watched me during that time because it wasn't very good. And yet, now I'm here where I am. You can only get better. It's like the light bulb thing, right? What's his name? Franklin? Whoever made the light bulb. Benjamin Franklin. Bro thought of like 1,000 ways not to make a bulb, and then finally he was like, I got it. That's the same with everything. And there are so many people that are afraid to fail. They're afraid of failure because they're like, well, once I failed, that's it. It's like, no. Once you failed, you learn from that and you get better. You think about what didn't work with what you did, and then you don't make that mistake again. Right? That's how you should think about it. And that goes back to what Kag said of like how you think about things. And when I say, like, I was sitting there really sad and depressed, and I just started thinking about the context of my feelings and how it wasn't productive to just sit there and wallow in my sadness. I'm still depressed. That there are still days that are very, very difficult and hard, but there has been a lot of ease in other times, So, hi, Don, welcome. Hello. First time was made to mess up. Failure means never trying again. No, Katie, no, that is not a rainy day dimension motto. Nah. That motto is gone. No. Get that shit out of here. People forget about the concept of only up from here. Yeah. Like I will say there are people that I've met that I know that have gotten worse at things. In my opinion, right? Like I've seen people who they were good at anatomy and then I don't know what happened. I don't know, but I'm not going to tell them that because if they like it, there's also people that they like to do different like once you learn anatomy, maybe they wanted to break it. I don't know. In my opinion, it didn't get better, but it's not up to me to decide. I am not paying them. I am not requesting anything. Hi, Nuked, welcome. Wait, it's why I'm thinking my current lineup of content to be goofy as prone to scuff as possible so that when I make that stuff when I want most, I'll be ready. Hell yeah. I love Fuck It, We Ball. That's how I run my streams. It is not Wednesday. Every day in the rainy day dimension cannot be Wednesday. It is Saturday. For sure. I'll say I once had a crappy mindset about learning things and it hindered me a lot. You have to be willing to fail in order to succeed. Failure is a greater teacher. Yes, exactly. Yes. And like sometimes I will say, especially in content creation or streaming or whatever, there's not, sometimes it's not clear here. It like, say you have a video that does really badly. It doesn't actually mean it's bad. It could be good, but it didn't hit the audience you were looking to hit. So maybe in terms of like quote unquote failure, maybe you could have marketed it better. Maybe you could have added, you know what? This is, okay. This is a slightly different topic, but similar. In this field, while I think failure is a good teacher, I think that the people who research and self-reflect are going to do best. Okay? You might be like, what do you mean by that? If you like the way someone does something, like if you always look at a streamer and you're like, I love what they do. I love how their stuff is set up. Or I love how they do this. Emulate it. Don't steal their ideas, but be okay to emulate, because any artist, every single artist in the entire world has been inspired by somebody. Yep. Make it your own. Like, there are people that I was inspired by, right? Early on in my stream thing, I was like, man, my shit, I don't think that my stuff looks as good as I'd like it to look, right? Let me go look. If I don't like how my stream looks, let me go look at somebody else. Yo, more magical girls? Yo, wait, Zayn, can you draw yourself as a magical girl? Just looking really angry with like a really cool wand. Hi, Kuma, welcome. So, there are always some of the creators that I love the most, even if it's not in like graphics, right? Maybe you just like the style of something. You're like, man, I really like how this video is edited. Or I really like how, you know, they handle their closed captioning, you know? I feel like it's hard to that's slightly different, but draw myself in the magical girl from Is This a Zombie? I don't know. Let me see. Is this a zombie anime? Oh, she's cute. Oh, wait. Haruna. Wait. Ayumu. Oh, wait, that's cute. Yeah. Yeah, the guy he has like a ribbon in his hair. That's cute. Wow, this is fan service up the wazoo. Every girl has her panties showing. Classic anime. Classic anime. Yeah, I don't know. I know that stemmed from some people commenting about how they are unhappy about life, and I'm like, well, here's my talk about how your thought process can change your whole life. I really do think that a lot of I mean, obviously there are physical things. There are always going to be physical things, like you need money to live. That is just something you need. You need like food, you need a house, you need whatever, right? But I do think that a lot of the smaller things can feel a little easier. By just a change in perspective. So, a change in perspective for sure makes all the difference. All right, I got an hour. The bigger question is, average anime. The more he powers up, the more his bow's outfit get. That's cute. The bigger question is, why do you think that everyone who likes anime likes to refer to underwear as panties? I'm gonna be honest, as a woman, I like the term panties. That's not me as an anime fan. I don't know. I think it feels sexy. But I'm an adult woman, so I don't know. I wear panties. Well, I think also because like, so what I wear, TMI, I guess. It's not that big a TMI, but it's like I wear bikini, like bikini style panties. And there's like boxers, there's boy shorts, so when I think of panties, I think of bikini style. That's why. But if I was wearing boxers, I call them boxers, right? I don't really call, if I was referring to everything, like I'm talking bra, underwear, if a guy's wearing boxers, I would just call them undergarments. But if I'm just talking about underwear, I'm like the type that I wear, I consider them panties. But if they were different style, no, they're like, it's like the time when we talked about guys' underwear. But yeah, it just literally looks like if I didn't have, okay, that's, if I was not wearing any clothes other than my undergarments, it would look like I was wearing a bikini. So, because I wear bikini bottoms. Yes. I guess in my opinion, the word panties isn't offensive, but I don't. Okay, exactly. No, I am not. I am fully clothed. I'm actually wearing Chan's clothes. No, I'm not. I'm actually wearing my bodysuit. Yeah, for me, like, yeah, I don't find the word panties to be offensive. It's kind of like how, like, no, they're mine. None of my clothes are clean because they're all in my, I haven't unpacked them. I haven't unpacked them. Did you guys see, I put that meme in, wait, where'd it go? In the Discord, it was like, there are two examples. It's either, let me see. The two reactions when a VTuber announces their partner. It should have been me, or you mean our partner. Thank you for the hydration, Raven. Yo, hell yeah! Apollo, welcome in! Hi, everybody. My name's Rainy. I'm your local magical girl. I hope you're having a really good day. What were you up to? Let me see what the shadow says. Just chatting. What were you chatting about? Yo, we're chatting as well. We are also chatting. We are also chatting. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. Oh my God. It happened again. Okay, I posted. Oh, really? How was it? What was the event today? Was it, it's a Saturday. Was it Social Saturday? Yeah, I don't know. I think the word panties is kind of sexy. I know that's a weird thing to come into. I don't find the word panties offensive personally because that's what they're called, you know, like. Yes, cool. Well, thanks for coming in. Okay, I posted this literally like an hour ago. There are so many people that I've been mutuals with on like Twitter or Blue Sky or Instagram, and I just assume that I'm already following them on Twitch. And so I noticed that was like two different people this week, and I was like, oh, well, damn, when you've been like mutuals with somebody for like ever, what feels like forever, and you realize you're not following them on Twitch or YouTube, but fixed it. But I have never heard of that either myself. That corner lady said that. I'm like, I don't personally find the word panties offensive, especially because it's like the term. It's literally the term for them. Whether you use the word underwear or panties or boxers or whatever. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Thank you, Kami Dark. Thank you, Apollo. Thank you, Griffin. And thank you, Lychee Gecko. Lychee Gecko. Thank you. I personally like the word panties. I like my bra and my panties. It feels kind of sexy, you know. You're cute. Okay, because I wear like lots of frilly dresses. Oftentimes when you wear frilly dresses, you'll also wear bloomers. I think bloomers are so cute. I'm a big fan of bloomers. I think they're cute. I love big poofy skirts. Like I've told everyone that the day I actually officially get married, I want the biggest poofiest dress to ever exist. By the way, if you have to go, that is a-okay. No worries about RainyRentyn. We're happy to have you. I appreciate you guys coming in. But if you gotta go, no worries. And again, I'm Rainy, your local magical girl. We're just chatting, having a chat. Today's stream is a little shorter than normal. Normally, I stream much longer, but we're happy to have you. Oh, yeah, I'm a big ball gown girl. Best girl wears bloomers. Navia. Genshin, Navia. Oh, she's cute. Oh, my gosh. Yes, she got the blonde hair. Oh, cute. She's so cute. Oh, if I could afford it, I would. But I'm skittish, so I typically use... Oh. Hi, Okami! How are you? Hello? I think it's fine if you, like, the language you use, you want it to be safer. I guess for me, I just, I use whatever words I like. Thanks, Ice Cold! Welcome. Thank you! I love it too. Here, hold on. One of my favorite things. Oh, by the way, Pear, I told them about our bake-off. I'm so excited. Here, hold on. Okay. Are you guys ready? Here. You guys ready? Boop. I can sit. I think 1 million is sexier than a big, long, frilly dress. Okay, well, if I'm getting $1 million, I'll just buy a big, frilly dress. Yeah! Yes. I feel like using safe words and speaking online. Yeah, I personally, like, I don't know. My feelings on censorship are, I feel like censorship in public places, again, this is public places, kind of sucks. Because it stops people from wanting to say things that they might normally say. Huh? Would you call us I guess. It's my form. My very small form. My powers will be stronger soon. Yes, I'm a little gremlin. Yes. For the longest time, I guess I never spelled gremlin right. I spell it like gremlin. I always have, and my friends were like, "That's not right," and I was like, "It is now." It is now to me. So that's how I spell it. Hell yeah, because we call them panties here. But yeah, you know, it's talking a little bit about censorship. I think that it's I remember one time if you're a private space, right? Like if somebody tries to come in here, this would be considered, in my opinion, a private space. Because it is, yes, on the internet, it is public, but there are moderators, right? So if somebody comes in here and spouts something offensive that I believe should not be said, whether it's hatred or something like that, obviously I'm gonna mute them. I'm gonna block them. So, but if they said that on, like, I don't know, a place that allowed that, I guess. Ah, shit, ad break. Here, I'll use the bathroom and then we'll keep going. The ad break is starting. Okay. I'll be right back. And then we'll get back to this. We'll get back to this. Be right back. I'm back. Okay. So here's my feelings. Yes, 100%. So my feelings about it, and maybe this is just because I'm American, I believe in free speech. Now, if you want to use your free speech rights to spread hatred, bigotry, whatever, that is not up to me personally to control. However, if you try and do that in the spaces that I do control, that will not happen, right? I cannot control someone's full life. I cannot control how they feel. I can only try and be like, hey, that's messed up, and then not allow them to spread that. Now, the reason I mention this is because I personally feel that the online space has become, I think, a little too censored. Like, even watching videos, they have to beep out words that are normal words, right? That should be serious words. If they're talking about, let's say they're talking about like the situation with Emiru, right? I watched a lot of information about that, and there were people having to beep out the word sexual harassment, sexual assault, things like that. When I watch true crime, one of my favorite true crime shows is accident, suicide, or murder. Right? I feel like when you try to change a word, oh, hi, that's weird. Welcome in. I would say it is. But again, you are not the consequences of whatever. What is this song? Oh, that's Katana's theme. I think that it's difficult, I will say. Because there are lots of people that feel they can't be free with what they want to say. Now, the reason I mention this is because I watched it. This was like through two or 3 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. There was a VTuber. There was a VTuber who was upset. Thank you for the 200 biddies!
Here is some Christmas cheer bits I can give. A tough topic, but glad you are comfortable about it.
Thank you!
I'm glad you are here for everyone, AWU.
Thank you for the 200
awesome.
biddies! I like to talk about things like this because I feel that it is important, and there are lots of people that I think would not talk about it. And it's fine, right? It's fine if there are people that don't want to talk about it, but I personally actually have very strong feelings about this. So an example, 2 years ago, there was a VTuber who was, saying stuff that this convention did not agree with, okay? She was saying stuff that like the convention did not agree with. And so they told this VTuber, I don't know much about the rest of it. I don't watch this VTuber personally, just to be clear. I'm not saying who it is because it doesn't matter. What matters is the story. And that's why I want you guys to listen to the story and not worry about who it is. The VTuber was then mad and telling their fans to boycott the convention because they would not allow her to be a guest. They never said she could not attend. They never said she was not allowed to come. She was still allowed to go. She could buy a ticket. She could go, but they were not going to platform her as a guest. And she basically got her audience to attack this convention. Now, if she, she's allowed to say whatever she wants to say, whatever it was that she was saying, whatever, right? I don't even remember what it was. I remember not really agreeing with it, but whatever. She wanted to say some shit. The convention itself did not agree. And so they said, no, you cannot be a guest. But that's one thing. She just couldn't be a guest. She made it seem like they were attacking her. It's like, no, they are allowed as the convention to not want to platform someone who doesn't agree with their values. And that's fine for them to do. Just like it's fine for you to talk about, even if it's hate speech, whatever you want, even if everybody else doesn't agree with it, you are allowed to do that. it doesn't mean that everyone's going to want to work with you. You run the consequences of having people want to distance themselves and not work with you because of the things that you are trying to say. And that's fine if that's what you are happy with. But I feel like it's weird to have an opinion and then be upset at other people for having this boundary of, I don't want to work with you. Right? Like, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Michael. And I will say, I don't think anyone should be arrested for just like, if someone is just saying something like at a protest and there is peaceful protest, I don't think anyone should be arrested. In America, we are allowed to protest. We should be allowed to protest. I personally am of the opinion that anyone should be allowed to protest if it is peaceful. I'm also not super fond of the current America world. I think there's so much I will not be getting into with that. But in terms of free speech, I do think that you should be allowed to say whatever the fuck you want. But if other people don't want you in their space and they are allowed to kick you out, like if I ban you for saying, I don't even know, this would be stupid of me, but if I ban you for saying I love puppies because I love cats, technically that's my fucking right. It's a stupid reason, right? It's a stupid reason, but it's my space. I could do that if I wanted to. I'm just not going to do that. But I remember we were talking about something else like last month. And I said something similar around the lines of like, hey, I don't think you should be forced to, if it's a creative thing or a not necessity, I don't think you should be forced to work with someone that you don't want to. No matter the reason. Even if the reason is again, not this this individual was getting upset and they were like, well, what if somebody who works in medicine doesn't want to help someone because they don't believe in gay people or whatever? I'm like, okay, well, that's different. When you go into medicine, when you become a nurse, when you become a doctor, you have to say that no matter what, you will help every single fucking person. So like that, you already are doing something illegal. But if you're like, yeah, I do art and I don't really want to work with this person because of whatever reason. It could be as stupid as them liking dogs, I guess. You don't have to. It's a non-necessity. But they were upset because they were like, well, that's not fair. And I'm like, it's not my job to control shit that I'm not in control of. As an older sibling, I really had to change that. We were talking earlier about that's where I had to like learn not to police everything. Because when I was an older sibling to my younger brothers, I'm still an older sibling to younger brothers, but now they're adults. But I was very much like, oh my God, I always have to make sure they're doing the right thing. I always have to make sure that they're not bothered. Like I was trying to police everything they did. And I, as an adult now, I'm like, that was dumb. But I was a kid. I was also a kid who was kind of forced to parent at a very young age. So it's just like, okay. That's why I disagree about there being actual free speech in America. I will say, I don't know if you were in here when we talked about it, but I do think there is this weird, I guess it's not weird. Maybe it's just like how things are going. There's this like sentiment that we have to over censor ourselves. And yeah, because I like this song. I do. Hi, John. No, we got 40 minutes. Now we got time. Welcome in. I feel like serious topics shouldn't have to be censored. Yeah, if you're doing it harmfully, and if you're like, yeah, that's different. But I mean, if you're just like, I don't know, if you're just saying something and it's not hurting anybody, I don't know, you shouldn't be, I wasn't sure if you were here yet. Sorry. I don't know. I don't think you should be arrested for that. I have a lot of feelings about corruption, which I will not get into, but I don't like it. Thank you for your sub. Thank you, HCC Karn. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it popped up on my activity feed before it popped up on the stream, but thank you. Yeah, I think I missed the message. Let me scroll up before I went on a... I often say freedom of speech, but not freedom of consequences. Like, someone has the right to their opinion, but if their opinion is that Pom Pom is not superior to scenario character, we have the right to think... I don't think they're an idiot. I just like, that's my favorite, though. I think you're wrong. Tired of VTuber. Is there... Also, by the way, is there more VTuber Twitter drama happening? Mine's been pretty clear. I'm actually really happy about it. I feel like I missed a... Oh, yeah, I feel like using safe words since being online is over-censoring, but where's the other thing? Someone said something else, and I missed it. Gotta say... Free speech, yeah. I personally... I know there's always drama. But mine doesn't... I'm gonna be honest, it's so nice. My Twitter is such few drama. I kind of like... I often just get to see it happen from the sidelines. I'm like, nope, no drama for me. Nope. No, but the irony of free speech is no speech can be truly free because either you allow harmful speech to go unabated and it ultimately leads to authoritarian regimes. So this is why, like, I don't know if you were here yet, but I said in public places. So, like, if I wanted to go into the woods or go, I don't know, into whatever is considered a public place, public specifically, no one owns it. No one owns it but, like, society, right? And I'm not talking about the government. I mean, because that's where you get into major problems. I will not be talking about how I feel about that, but it's hard. I'm having to tiptoe around, like, stuff I really don't want to talk about, but I think that if you technically, like, if you are in a space like, oh my God, here's an example. If you go into, like, I saw this streamer, not a VTuber, just a streamer, and she was acting a fucking fool. Like, I swear there are some streamers that are so big and they give such a bad name to streamers. They give such a bad name to people who are just trying to do good shit. And it's frustrating. Thank you so much for the follow, Cryptic. Because I watched this IRL streamer be in this like nail salon acting a fucking fool. This woman had her kid. Oh, I don't know. But no, not that one. No, not that one. This was an IRL streamer in a nail shop. Like, she was cursing a bunch and just being a nuisance. She was filming people that asked to not be filmed. Like, if I were the owner of that store, I would have been like, get the fuck out of my store. And that would have been the owner's right. She didn't do that. The owner didn't do that. But I think that's her right? If you wanted to go into that store and act a fool, it's not even just about, like, saying offensive stuff. If you are just acting shitty, I think you should be allowed to be kicked out. And, like, that's where I feel it's kind of weird because it, similarly to this stream, if I, for some reason, was like one of those crazy people, I've seen this. It makes no sense to me, and it's unfair. Let me preface, this to me is unfair behavior. But if you went into somebody's stream and they were unhappy about the fact that you were sharing somebody else's emotes and they banned you for it, technically, that is their right to do. Is it unfair? Yes. But the consequences of that is that you, as the person who was banned, could go to Twitter or go to Instagram or go wherever you want and then, what's the right word? Talk about your experience. And then they would get the consequences of the public now knowing that, right? So this is where, like, when I say free speech, free whatever, I don't think people should feel a need to censor themselves if they don't want to. Like, it's why I struggle when I play games. When I play games like Doki Doki Literature Club, Boyfriend Dungeon, they have what is it? I actually do like this part. So it sucks as somebody who doesn't have these issues to be not spoiled, but know that it will happen. However, I like when games will have trigger warnings for people who might have issues with some of the topics. So like in Doki Doki Literature Club, there it will say before you go into the game, hey, there is references to suicide and mental health and all of this. So if you have any issue with that, maybe don't play. There in Boyfriend Dungeon, there is references to stalking. If you have issues with that, please. Yeah, I like that it warns you. I like when games warn you. Now, there is one issue that I have, not with the game, but when I see people that are upset that there are games that have that dark stuff in it because they want to play them. And I'm like, well, if you got rid of all of that, that's not the same game. And I'm sorry that if you have these problems, that really sucks that you are heavily affected or have PTSD because of these things that it might be very triggering to you. That is unfortunate. But I don't think you should be upset that the game has those topics because if it's not a game for you. It's not a game for you, clearly. You are not the demographic for that game. I feel the same way about if you see someone on your Twitter or wherever that is posting shit you don't like, just block them, mute them, stop seeing them. Because if you comment, if you share it, you are helping them. You are helping that shitty thing that you did not like be seen. Like, example, a couple of years ago, there was an artist who is, this is hard because their art's nice, but they draw such crazy art. And I mean, they're allowed to do that. But it was a piece of art that they shared on the Holocaust Remembrance Day. Or Holocaust, it was that specific day where it was like people, trying to be like, hey, we never want this to happen again. Let's remember that this happened so it never can happen again. And they shared a piece of artwork that, yes. Well, you know what's funny about that? There were lots of people who shared it. They shared it. They quote retweeted it and commented above it. Like, oh my God, I hate that I saw this on my feed. I'm like, dude, you just reshared that to your whole audience. Why are you doing that? What sense does that make? What they should have done is just go block, mute. I'm not talking about this. I'm not sharing it because now you've just shared it to a bunch of other people. And now if you like that artist, cool. I'm not a fan. It sucks because I liked their art until I saw individual art pieces and I was like, oh, these are nice. That I looked at their whole portfolio and I was like, oh, no thanks. So, but yeah, if you are quote retweeting it, you are still sharing it. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. So that's just my feelings about it. Lots of people want to put their 2 cents in. That's why, it is very rare. It is very rare when I'll, fully post the context of what I'm talking about. Because, the other day, I posted about something. And I didn't post the original guy who made the mean comment. I just posted my feelings about the situation as a whole. But I didn't need to post him because people got what I meant. People understood without me sharing him. They got the gist of what I wanted to say without me giving more attention to the person I didn't want to share, Sorry, I gotta go back in chat. If it's a private space, they should be able to kick anyone out for any reason. I think so too. Even if it's not a good reason, Even if it's a shitty reason. If it's their place, if they want to be a shitty, store, then I guess that's all up to them. But when they get called out on social media for being shitty and no one goes to their store anymore, that's the consequences of their own shittiness. That's how I feel about it, though. I completely with that. I just want to clarify. I was talking about, yeah, I agree with you, Weird. No, I think peaceful protest should be allowed 100%. Because You should be able to talk about, what's the right word? What is the word I'm looking for? Mistreatment? Issues? That's not the word I want. Inadequacy, inequality, injustice. Yes, injustice. That's the word. Yes. Hi Cliff. I told my mom, I was at home and I was like, if I owned a store, I would probably have so many low Yelp reviews, because I would be like, if you want to come in here and act like a bitch, you're going to get treated like a bitch and you're going to get kicked out. Like, you come in here, you try and the amount of people that tried to cut lines at the movie theater, if it were my theater, I'd be like, get out. You are not watching a movie here. You are not watching a movie here. And there's a difference between, like, just as this is an example, going up and saying, hey, my movie's about to start. Is it okay if I go in front of you? Versus, hey, my movie's about to start. I need to get in line. It's like, no, you don't, bitch. Get out. Get out of my store. I would tell them straight up, get out of here. I don't care if you think the customer's always right. Get out of my store. You go watch a movie somewhere else. I don't care if you paid for the ticket. The ticket's not refundable. Or I'd be like, here, you can have a refund. We don't want you here. Take it. Take your money and get out. I don't care. Hey, this game's dark as fuck. You've been warned. Mouthwashing could have used better trigger warnings. Hi, Shy-Fi. I haven't played mouthwashing, but I really want to. That's the thing of people who've complained about you can't say anything anymore. You absolutely can. Nobody's actually stopping you. What they want is for it to be socially acceptable to say those things again, and you aren't owed that. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, anyone can say whatever the fuck they want. But whatever happens after that is based on what they say is up to them. Is up to how society, I guess, treats it. Yeah. If people get that mad about using other people's emotes, they should have it as low chat will only use emotes that are global on Twitch or from this channel, not that emotes. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen it happen. It's crazy. Thank you for the lurk. Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. A friend of mine has hyperphantasia, so they can't engage with a lot of stuff because it feels real to them. So we just have to do other stuff together. No big deal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. They would. Nah, none of that. Hope you're having a really good day, Cliff. Agreed. I've been gifted a lot of cute emotes, but I don't feel comfortable using them. See, oh my God, Panzer! Thanks for the 300, the 30 biddies and the fees. I think you will feel so much better. This is just general advice. You will feel so much better if you stop worrying about every single thing you do as being seen as a problem. Because if you are constantly worried, this is just general life advice. If you are going through life constantly worried that anything you say will get you crucified, anything you do will get you like crucified socially, you are going to be so unhappy and you will never fully be yourself. That is how I feel. Like, I will be honest, before I post anything to Twitter, to Blue Sky, I like double, triple read through it. And I try and make sure that what I'm saying is true to what I want to say. But also that if somebody tries to like take it out of context or like change the meaning, I'm like, no, you can't. I was very clear about what I said. And if somebody ever does comment like, oh, well, what about this scenario? I'm like, that's not even the scenario that I was talking about. So those people get the mute, right? So that's how I feel. Quote dunks are still sharing. Yep. You'd have like a 2-star, but like 500 reviews because people saying 5 stars because they saw you. Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing about when you're happy about something, people tend, this is a different topic entirely, but people tend not to leave reviews when they had a good time as much as they will if they had a bad time. And that's why I try and inspire people to leave reviews when they had a good experience, even if it was just like an okay experience. Like it was their, I don't want to say okay, like as in not as good. I'm saying if you had a good experience and it hit every bar you had, you were like, yeah, I don't know, as a restaurant, like we went, they were nice, I had a good meal, I think you should still review if you can. I try and always review because as somebody who used to work in a call center, reviews actually matter a lot. And not just at the call center, just in life. And so like, I personally feel that if you had a good interaction with someone, it's similarly to earlier when I said if you had a good moment, like where you liked somebody's stuff, you should comment it. I will comment even if I don't follow someone that I like their art. Even if I see it on my feed, right? I try and do that, especially if I really liked it. If it's somebody's birthday and I don't follow them, I'll still say happy birthday. Because I want their day to be a little bit better. Even if I don't fucking know them, right? I don't need to know every person. But I think everyone deserves a happy on their birthday. So. Like when protests go as far as like blocking traffic, maybe it's me. But it's always like, what if somebody is trying to get to a hospital with a sick kid? Yeah. Can't take my emo out of my... Hey. We have a nice foot emote. Oh, shoot. I have to go watch that clip. Zane, I will do that after this stream. Thank you. I work in a hotel industry 30 years now. Whenever a guest is extremely rude or insulting to me or a coworker, I would tell them to get the fuck out. See, you should. As you should. As you fucking should. In my opinion, nobody in this world, I don't care if you were born rich, born poor, are neurodivergent, are neurotypical. I don't care what lot you were given in life. You should never, ever, ever be rewarded for being an asshole. You should not be rewarded for bad behavior. That is a fucking hill I will die on. You should never be rewarded for making the world a worse fucking place. That is how I fucking feel. I hate that companies in general tend to reward being an asshole. Like that's why the whole meme about being a Karen exists, right? Right? Because there are people out there, not just women, anybody. I think anybody, any gender can be a fucking Karen. Which sucks, because actually I have a friend named Karen, and she is so wonderful. I love her very much, but she's great. She's also a really good artist. But every other Karen, you know? So. What are these dance emotes? They're so cute. I'll be myself until I find out that something is a boundary for someone, and then I will correct myself to be around them. Yes, you know? I don't know. I was going to say, you shouldn't be afraid to say what you want to say, but think about the words you use to make sure you're actually communicating. Yes, I think that's important. If you want to say, man, you're really being a bitch right now, there's probably a nicer way to say that. Right? There's probably a nicer way to say that. Unless the word you really want to use is bitch. Then I think you should be allowed to use it. You can look at the recent VTuber drama. Both sides could have been ignored and moved on, but they ended up unnecessary harassing each other. I don't even know what drama you're talking about. But if it was something that could have just been handled privately or just not at all, I don't know. Everyone seems to want to say their 2 cents. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes, here's a piece of advice. Sometimes you can keep your 2 cents to your gosh damn self. You know? Sometimes you don't need to give your 2 cents. Keep your 2 cents in your pocket where nobody else wants to take them. Nobody wants the 2 cents sometimes. So, what they meant to say after saying it instead of before. I've seen lots of like drama where like somebody says something and they said it kind of in the heat of the moment, and then they get in way worse trouble because of how they said it, not about the context of what they were saying. And I'm like, that could have, you know, everything could have worked in your favor had you just said it a little bit better, right? I was kind of worried that I was kind of worried about that when I started in this space, but I kind of went too far the other way where I ended up speaking my mind too much. And if someone tries crucifying me, I'm just, your boos mean nothing to me. I've seen what makes you cheer. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, I don't know. I think that if you want to speak your mind, you should be allowed to say. It's why, like, I don't know. I enjoy being able to talk about, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't even consider this a heavier topic. I personally wouldn't, but there are people out there that would never, ever, ever even try talking about this shit. And it's like, I don't want to feel scared to talk about things that I feel strongly about. on my own platform. It's like, okay, this is just my feelings about, I don't know. This is another, I don't talk politics. Okay? I don't talk about politics in America. I don't talk about politics outside of America. Not because I don't have strong feelings about where the world is, how America is going, right? But most people are not able to talk productively about it. Okay? So now, ignoring that part, if I wanted to be political on my own platform, I should be allowed to do so, right? I see lots of people that are like, hey, streamer, I don't want to hear your opinions. I just want to see you make me laugh. And it's like, I mean, you can't tell them what to and not to use their platform for. You all gave them this platform. And the only thing you can do at that point is just not watch them anymore. Like, it's totally their right, whether or not you like it, for them to be political, for them to sprout whatever they want to spout, because you have given them that platform. The only thing you can do is stop supporting them. I mean, you can comment all you want, be like, I don't want this. It's like, what are you gonna do? You gave them millions of views. Of course, they're gonna use it for whatever they want to use it for. So, I have no social life. Sorry, I'm so behind. I've learned that silence is golden. Sometimes being silent is, I don't want to say like the fully right answer, but sometimes it's just not necessary for our 2 cents to be added, you know? Happy birthday. My birthday's not until July 29th, but I'm very excited for whenever it is. I like my birthday. I never really got to have like parties. There's one party I remember. This is a different topic entirely, but there's one party I remember. My mom gave me a Barbie party. I had a Barbie cake, and it had a Barbie in it, and I had a Barbie house, and it was at a pool. I think we went swimming that day. But it was really cool because it was all Barbie themed, and it had like Barbie streamers, and that was probably the one birthday I remember really strongly. There's another one I remember. I was so small. I was probably like only 3 million years old, maybe only 300,000 years old. I was quite young. I was very young. Okay, I was young, and my aunt and I have birthdays very close together. Mine is on the 29th of July and hers is on the 31st. And she's like my great aunt or something. She's my grandma's sister. But anyways, we had a birthday together, and I remember we blew out the cake at the same time. And I was so little, but I remember that really vividly. Good memory. It was in my grandma's kitchen. Good memory. Good memory. Anyways, Karen, Kyle, whichever you want to swing. Your punishment for being rude to customers should have to be taking their job until someone is rude to you. What do you mean by that? We like Katie. I like Katie. Really cool and funny with selective knowledge of Doctor Who? Yeah. It's wild to think that the sheer number of people who get rewarded for bad behavior and or for being quiet so that the jerks can continue to get away with their crap. Yeah, it sucks. I think also this is to say more about that specifically, it really sucks, especially in like, let's say the VTuber or streamer space, when someone is kind of known to be bad, to be shitty to people, but there's not really, I don't want to say there's not proof, but like if there's not proof, if you just come forward with a story and the person you're trying to say like, hey, this person kind of sucks is bigger than you, you're just losing that battle. If you don't come with like bona fide full fucking proof, you're losing that war. But sometimes people who are shitty just get to chill around until somebody's brave enough to come forward with evidence. But if you don't have evidence, people be like, oh, you're just a liar. You're a liar, you know? But that happened more recently. We saw somebody who turns out they were kind of not it. They were kind of shitty to lots of people. A lot of people. But it took like them pulling They did like one thing that fucked up. They messed with the wrong person, the wrong people, and they got outed for it. And I'm happy that it came to light. But it really sucks that they were allowed to do shit for so long, because it wasn't just one story. It was like 10 plus people were like, oh yeah, she did the same thing to me. Like, it shouldn't, it should not, it should not take that, be that long, you know, for someone to be outed for their bad behavior. But like, what are you going to do? Sorry, I'm behind. I think I remember that VTuber wasn't allowed in Offkai because of her ideologies and yet felt entitled to be there. Well, that's the thing, weird. She was allowed to go. If she wanted to buy a ticket and go, she could have. She was not banned from the convention. She was just banned from being a guest. They were not going to have her as a guest, which means she was not going to be promoted on their website, promoted on their Twitter, promoted on their socials. But she was still allowed to go. Cutaways and channels, and everyone wants to give their 2 cents. Like, damn, be fiscally responsible. Oh, that's going in out of context. How perfect is that? How perfect is that? You guys are the funniest chat ever. You guys are the funniest fucking chat ever. I love you guys. Hi, Millennium Reaper. Hello. How are you? I need water. Basically, I've gone too far to the other end where I speak too freely and don't care. I mean, that's fine. You know, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. You should be allowed to do that. Oh, I'm sitting. I'm sitting with my little legs. Yeah. That's the best part of Rain, though. The opinions make you laugh. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dance for me, magical girl. You wouldn't be on Twitch? Yeah. You know, I can talk shop to any song. Any song, you know? I'm so behind in chat. I'm so sorry. Barbie, oh my god. Make me all blonde. Maybe it'll be like the reverse. My hair will be mostly blonde, but my bit in the front will be brown. Da, da, da. Oh no. I don't really keep up with what people are doing after like their stuff, you know? I'm not surprised though, like she's still a big streamer. Yeah. I know that actually Cliff, so I do VTuber and streamer consultations. I do consultations and people pay me to get my advice. Okay, they are paying me money to get my advice on what they can improve on. And I give them my actual advice. Like I tell them, even if it kind of hurts their feelings. Like I had somebody who wanted a consultation. That was actually a free consultation because I had done a raffle for it. But they were like, well, I want to be a streamer. I want to do this. And I was like, you literally don't post at all. You have no social media presence. You haven't posted. You haven't streamed. Like, if you want to be these things, you have to do them. And she was like, that really hurt to hear, but it was actually what I needed to hear. So thank you. And I was like, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I just want to be honest with you. Like, I could say every damn day, man, I want to be a singer one day. But if I don't actually sing, I will never become a singer. Right? I said for the longest time, I want to make an original song, and I did it. I want to start streaming. That took me a long time to start, but then I started, and now I do it. So that's just an example. Sometimes you have to just be on it. That's another thing. This is a slightly... This is a slightly different topic, but still kind of similar. I feel like there's lots of people, even to their friends, that will like, someone will ask for advice, ask for critique. They're like, hey, tell me what you think of this. And the people around them would say, oh my God, it's awesome. Oh my God, it's amazing. There's probably problems. Maybe. But they won't say it because they don't want to hurt someone's feelings. And it's like, but if I'm actually asking for advice, I want actual feedback. You know, if I didn't ask for advice, that's different. But if you're telling me If I'm going to you and say, hey, what can be improved? I want actual honesty. And I'm honest. I'm not going to be blunt and hurt your feelings on purpose, but I will be honest if that's what you're asking for. Hi, Comfy Toffee. Thank you for the follow. What I come back to? Oh, you missed a lot of advice or a lot of talking based on something you said earlier. But even with all the evidence in the world, you can't deplatform some people just because their fans ultimately really refuse to stop supporting them. Yeah, no, that's when you're so big, somebody could be like, they murdered somebody and they'll still have fans. Like, you look at Ted Bundy. Like, legitimately, it's crazy. I really like true crime. I love learning about, like, the human mind and psychology and why things happen and, like, the stories of, you know, I really like that stuff. However, he had so many women at the front of the fucking prison being like, oh my God, I wish you had taken me. It's like, what the hell do you mean by that? What? Also, hi. Thank you for, I'm happy I showed up on your reels. I do try and post a reel every day or something every day. I actually haven't posted yet, but there's one person who's pretty big and I stopped following her like 4 years ago. I love a good redemption arc though. So once a year I see her being shared around, I check in. There's always some new drama. So canceling only exists if you're small enough to be canceled. I think, all right, here. I don't know if this is going to be good advice or just advice that I think is worth having. All right. The unfortunate thing about getting quote unquote canceled, okay, for whatever reason, canceling only works, like really, really works if you leave. It only really works if you actually give up. Because like John said, there will always be people who either don't know that you were canceled. And again, it depends on what for. I'm not saying that everyone should just keep streaming, but I'm saying, like, if you're in a situation ever and somebody tries to, like, quote, like, cancel you because of something that wasn't, like, actually not a problem, the only thing you can really do is either go on a hiatus and then just come back like nothing happened, or just keep going. But if you, like, I mean, obviously, if you're an actual horrible person or you do something illegal, if you do something illegal, you should be in jail. Just to be very clear, I am not talking about anything related to illegal activities, right? But if you, let's say you have like a friend who is like, I think they're shitty. They were shitty to me. Here's an example of them being kind of shitty to me. Just, you know, and people just, their fans believe them. They're just like, oh my God, you're so right. And like there are people that are attacking you or whatever. It's only going to work if you just stop streaming. But that's why, like, you know, in Cinder's situation, it kind of worked out. She had fans for the longest time. I think she probably could have just come back without dropping a doc, but I mean, I can understand her wanting to defend herself. This is an opinion that I have that maybe not everyone agrees with. I think that if you want to personally, like, publicly like try and assassinate somebody with like a Google Doc, they should have every right to respond. Whether people read that response or not is totally whatever. But I know people were mad at Cinder's doc for being so long, but she had to respond to like 5 or 6 different documents. And she didn't want to make 5 or 6 different documents. She made one doc, and that's why it was really long. And most of it was like screenshots anyway. I don't care your feelings about Cinder. You like her? Cool. You hate her? Cool. I don't care. I'm just using hers as an example, right? I think you have every right to defend yourself. And there were lots of people that were like, you should have just stayed gone. It's like, she clearly liked this. So she didn't want to go. She wanted to keep, you know, she wanted to come back, and she still has fans. So it worked out in her favor. Yes, I can stand. Hello. Yeah, hold on. Oh, wait. And I can hold you guys. Yes. No punting. But even if you're small enough, even if you're really small, you can still grow. I've seen the amount of people that I've seen be canceled, remake a different account, come back, and then get canceled again. It's like, dude, if you've been canceled on 3 different accounts for doing the same shit over and over again, that is your cue to take your leave. Okay? I do think that if you do get canceled for whatever reason, before responding, you should look at why people are trying to, because sometimes I think people are just, there are lots of bullies that are like, I'm just going to try and cancel this person because I don't like them. If you don't like them, cool. You don't have to like them. If they actually did something, like if they are actually like emotionally, physically abusive, if they are very manipulative and like doing shady shit and you somehow have proof of that, yes, you should. You should let that be aware. Like, you should let people be aware. But if you're just like, man, I don't know, I tried to do a collab with this person and they never responded to me, canceled. It's like, no, dude, shut up. Like, that sucks. Life's unfair. Go find somebody else to do a collab with. Like, move on. I'm glad you like this model. I'm sorry, I'm so behind. 20 and I won't. Even then, when someone does become brave enough to speak up against a jerk, it's not unusual for the brave folks to lose so hard that they basically get wiped out of existence. Yeah, it also really depends on how they're going about it, because if you go forward as if like it's a lot of like public, what is the right word? It's what we talked about earlier. It's the way you come off. How do you come off when you talk about this story? Do you come off as entitled? People probably won't want to respond to you or like listen. If you come off as like, I was mistreated, more people will probably be willing to listen to you. So, by the way, hi, Bandiso. I saw your messages. I was moving down the chat. But hi. And gives great advice, by the way. You know, if you need adept help. Yeah. It's also, they're on sale for this month. They're 15% off for this month if you want a consultation. Also, my shop is on sale too. 20% off if you want mouse pads or body pillows, or I have one keychain left, my last keychain. I don't even know when I'm getting them reprinted. So if you want a keychain, I recommend getting it. Exclamation point shop? Is that true? I don't know. I don't know if that's right. I think it's merch. I'm only 7 minutes behind. Some relate to outing awful people. I'm reminded of the older woman who sued McDonald's over a 3rd-degree burn from their coffee and how her life was absolutely ruined because McDonald's PR and the media painted her as this petty consumer and not rightfully angry victim who just wanted... Yeah, no, that was fucked up. Like, I remember watching a whole documentary about she was scarred for life. She definitely deserved that. She deserved, like, to get money for that because the coffee should never be that fucking hot. Ever. Like, even when I worked as a barista, there were people who wanted their stuff extra hot, which is like, that's up to them to ask for it. But we did a normal heat so that you're not going to scold yourself like that. But 3rd-degree burns is like, God. You said something earlier, and then we went on this whole talk about similar topics to it. There was, I don't know, it was before you left. These women sound so weird. How do you romanticize someone like that? I don't know. There are so many people that will romanticize like murderers and killers and like awful people, and I just don't get it. I think a lot of times, when someone is being like, one, I love psychology. It's one of my favorite things. I almost went into psychology instead of into art. It was like my backup plan was to be like a psychology major. Because I think the human mind is so freaking interesting. But I think that there is this... when you see someone who's being punished, whether it's for something that is like, they're being punished like legitimately for, you know, like the crime... The punishment fits the crime, right? When some people see someone being punished, they feel sympathy for them. Even if they did something very wrong, right? I bet you, actually, I know for a fact there are people out there who sympathize with awful, awful people, right? Who did very bad things, right? There are awful people sympathizers. I know it happens. I see it happen. Hi, Claire. And I don't think it's because they're trying to be bad people. I think they're trying to see the good in somebody. I think because a lot of the women, in terms of the Ted Bundy situation, a lot of them were like, I could fix him. I could make, I could fix him. He wouldn't need to kill if it were me. And it's like, some people, it sucks to say this, but some people are just kind of unwell in that way. There are some minds, some brains that are just, they don't work right. They just don't. And sometimes it's not I can fix them. It's there's no fixing. Like, especially someone who has murdered multiple people. That's its own whole thing. But even just trying to do the right thing can get you painted negatively if you're doing it against big enough entities. Yep. I can fix that hungry line. The level of quality for these services also matches a great price. Yeah! I help people. I do. I like to try and help. Probably a lot of things that need to be unpacked in therapy. Sir, another 500-page Google Doc has hit the timeline. I can't say I like her, but I also can't say it's wrong that she wants to return. I will say that for Cinder, I'm not like, I've never really been a big Cinder fan. I mean, I liked her brand. I think her brand is really strong. I think that her design is really strong. But I never felt like, oh my God, I have to know her. It was like, I saw her at a con once and she was nice to me, right? But it was just kind of in passing. But reading through everything, there was definitely stuff like, I'm not going to get into the whole Cinder thing because we talked about that months ago when it happened. But I will say that in that situation, there was obviously so many things that Cinder did wrong. So many things that Red did wrong. But there was also the way it was handled. Some of the things that I read in her document, I was like, I can understand and sympathize with how she felt during these moments. Not all of the moments, just some of them. Especially some of the moments in particular where she was trying to, whether or not she was doing this because she actually wanted friendship or not, I don't know. I am not her. But there were times where she seemed to want to do something with someone. The other person said they were interested, and then they were responding to her and then just stopped responding cold turkey, but never told her why. They apparently told everybody else why, but they never told her why. And I can sympathize with that, because as somebody who has had people who don't like me say shit about me behind my back, they have issues with me, but have never told me. It's like, how am I as a person supposed to know what's going on with you if you don't tell me? And I mean, I like to think I'm a pretty reasonable fucking person. I know there's lots of people out there who are not, but I have lots of people who dislike me. Whether I agree with their reasons is not up for debate, because I don't know. A lot of the reasons I'm like, those aren't, in my opinion, those aren't really good reasons to dislike me, but life ain't fair, and that's their reason, and I just don't care about them. Right? Easiest thing. If someone doesn't like you, you don't have to like them. So. And so for the Cinder situation, I was like, yeah, she was a bad friend, but I'm hoping that she is better now. Like, she becomes better after this experience. Because there were times where I was like, I don't think all of this was Cinder's fault. I think there was a lack of communication from a lot of people that caused this to get way blown up more than it needed to be. But there were actually things that she did wrong, like 100%. Does that mean she has to lose her entire career over being a bad friend? I mean, I don't know. I'm not the one to judge that, but she had some people that just still love her, and she will continue on, keep on keeping on, or whatever. Hi, Shadow Fox, welcome in. So, hi, Peacemaker. Hello. Like a certain person who tried to... Yeah, I mentioned her earlier. Yeah. Yeah. I mentioned, sometimes it just takes you fucking with the wrong person for it to all come crashing down on you, you know? Oh, thank you. The messed up part is thousands of people complained about it, but she was the first to get an ER. ER, hold on. Oh, to go to the ER about it. Yeah, no, that's fucked. Like, it's a problem that should have been talked about earlier. Yeah, we're just chatting. Hi, 8 Ball. Well, we're talking about something. Well, we got a little more time. We have a little more time to chat. Hi, Britt. The ad break's about to happen though, and I don't want to end on the ad break, so I'll let the ad break run, and then we'll. No, we can't start it over. No, I have other stuff to do. It's already almost 4 o'clock, but 4:30. 4:30. We'll go till 4:30. We'll go till 4:30. I'm gonna let the ad break run though, so if you get hit with ads, I'm sorry. We'll be waiting for you. Loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right. I don't know. Kind of like what John said though. Like, there's quite a few people. Not quite a few. That makes it sound like a lot. I don't know. But there's at least 5 people that I know don't like me. But all of the people that are on this like 5 people list have never, well, okay, 4 of them have never told me why, but I know why because of one of the other people who I also don't like because they are actually a narcissist. So, like there's no like, it's not like, oh, maybe no, they are. They are delusional. Crazy. There are some people I found in life, not just in the streaming space, that like they, in their mind, everything is against them. Every single thing. You could buy them a coffee. Right? You could buy them a coffee and they would be like, "Oh my god, you hate me because I like mochas. I don't like just coffee, but I like mochas." It's like there is always someone out there to get them, even their own fucking friends and family, right? And they can never be wrong. And even if they do something wrong, it's not their fault. It's any number of things. It could be mental illness. It could be whatever. They use things as like, they use any excuse under the sun to not take responsibility. You could come to them and say, hey, you hurt me. Here's how you hurt me. Here's examples of when it happened. And they'd say, none of that happened. You weren't hurt. Actually, I was hurt. You hurt my feelings. And then they'll make it about them. The fact that there is at least, let me see, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 people in my life. 3 people that I know 4. Not on that hand, by the way. Not on that hand. 4 people that I can think of off the top of my head that were all like that. And I'm like, why the fuck does that keep happening to me? I do think, like, I love to see the bright side of people. I try and hope. I don't assume the worst in people. I don't assume that someone is using me. I don't assume that someone has ill intent. And it's burned me so many times. And I hate that because I don't want to be untrusting. I don't want to not be able to trust people, but it's like, it gets more and more difficult every time I meet someone like that takes advantage of like me or what I give them or like my community or other people, right? We're back from the ad break. So, can't fix anyone unless they themselves want to be fixed. That's true. If you want to punish a man retributively, you must injure him. If you want to reform him, you must improve him. And men are not improved by injuries. But that's also different from fetishizing criminals and their crimes. Exactly. Hi, Kethel. Hello. I've told people behind your back how neat you are. No, that's nice. I appreciate it when people talk about things they like about me. Also, hi, Britt. Welcome. Hi. Britt helped on that concert, by the way. I hope you guys will like it. All the songs are mixed by Britt. I'm so excited for you guys to hear them because they are bangers. Every single one of them. Yeah. Getting burned, it sucks because every time you do, you're like, man, maybe I should stop touching. Maybe I should stop touching the oven. But then you think to yourself, but it's not an oven. It's a counter. It's a counter that sometimes is hot, but not always. Someone in my personal life pulls the classic, how dare you set a boundary where I can't say what I want? You're so selfish. And I'm just like, yep, I'm a horrible person. Going about how evil and selfish I am. I mean, I literally, within the last 6 months, I had to stop being friends with someone because they did something similar. They had an issue with me. They had an issue with me that they never told me about. They then pulled me into a call and they were like, hey, Rainy, I don't know how to, I want to be vague about this because I don't dislike the person. I'm just not really close with them anymore. So they basically said that I did something that hurt their feelings. But then when I said, hey, you never told me why, or you never told me, they were like, you should have known. And I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to know? I was like, holy shit, hi, Takora. Damn, how you been? How have you been? Hopefully really well. Holy shit. Hi. Nice to see you again. Man, Takora comes around sometimes. Back when I played lots of Genshin, actually. And so we had this long discussion, and they basically were upset at the fact that I set a boundary for a different friend of ours. Like, I just didn't want to do stuff with someone else. Not because I, like, hated this person. We don't vibe, really. And they were upset that I had that boundary. They were upset at me for having that boundary, even though the boundary didn't stop the other person from participating in the thing. It couldn't be in a specific way. Like, I didn't bar them. And it was like, the conversation kind of ended with like, Rainy, you should have known what I was feeling. You are the problem for having this boundary and not being able to fix things. It's like, there's nothing to fix. If they're, you know how there's some people in your life that just, you don't vibe? It doesn't mean they're bad people. Sometimes you can't even like really explain it. It's just the vibes are not there. And if you, no, different guy, April. Nah, different guy. This is more recent. This was like within the last 6 months. So like sometimes it's not because you hate them. You're just like, I don't want to stream with them, right? Like I have some friends that I love so much. I wouldn't want to stream with them. I will go hang out at a bar with them. I'll go on a walk with them. I'll just hang out in a group setting with them. But if they were like, hey, let's do a stream together, I'd be like, I don't want to do that. No, thank you. You know? So just as an example, right? Sometimes there's like just different stuff you'd want to do with people. And in this sense, it was something like that, right? And I tried to be like, oh, well, can we talk about it? And they were like, I don't think we should talk about it. I think it will be worse if we talk about it. And I think maybe, you guys can tell me if I'm insane for this, okay? You guys can fully tell me if I'm insane for this. I personally think I myself am a very, like, low-maintenance friend. Okay, shut up, Zane. I haven't even said it yet. I'm a very low-maintenance friend. Shut up, Pants! I haven't said anything yet! Hi, Blue. Thanks for popping into YouTube. I haven't said anything yet. Okay. I am a low-maintenance friend. And when I say that, I'm not talking about, oh my God, I say I'm low-maintenance, but I'm actually really high-maintenance. You have to respond to me every couple seconds. No. I mean, like, if you and I are friends and we don't talk, like, we don't DM for 3 months, you don't call me for 3 months, I don't call you, and yet, you know, at the end of the 3 months or whatever, we start DMing again, it's gonna be... Shut up! Oh my God, you guys are such little trolls. it's gonna be like no time has passed. Okay? That's how I am. That's just the type of person I am. However, Insano in the braino right here. Here's what I'm asking. I don't have friendship today. I just don't. I don't have that. And so now this is where what I was gonna say, maybe I'm insane for this. Now, the one thing that I do ask of a friendship or a relationship, anyone like that, right, is that if you have a problem, if we are actually friends, if you actually say to me, oh my God, I care about you, oh my God, I love you, oh my God, we're friends, that if you have a problem, you will talk to me about the problem and we will fix it. Or we will at least try. You know, not much like people, not everyone is not every issue is fixable, but you will give an honest try to fix it. But if I have a friend who comes to me and says, hey, you know, I have this problem, and I'm like, oh, I'd love to fix this problem. And they go, you can't fix it. Even though I never told you what it is, you can't fix it. We're just going to have to continue with our relationship. For me, the relationship ends. The relationship ends there for me. Because I'm like, I can't, if I'm willing to communicate with you and change a behavior and you are not willing to do the same for me, that is not a friendship. That ain't a fucking friendship. That's a one-sided thing where you want me to be everything for you and you're not willing to even meet me halfway. And in this situation with this individual, I was fully willing to do everything that I could to make them more comfortable, to like, make things work out. And they said, nope, not worth it. I think our friendship will be better if we don't. And for me, the friendship is no longer existing. The friendship no longer exists. That's, I don't know. That's like the one thing I ask is that communication has to be there. And if I was the asshole who was like, I don't want to work on it, I would be fully understanding if they were like, I don't want to be friends with you, right? But they didn't even fully tell me what I did wrong, which was also difficult because I was like, what exactly did I do? They had no examples. They had no way of really telling me what I did wrong. So I'm like, okay, so you have these feelings, but you have no way of explaining them. And you're not willing to work with me on it. And okay, that doesn't make any sense to me personally. Oh my God, Bodega Rat, hi! Hi, spicy counter. Oh my God, I love Bodega Vet. Sorry, I'm so behind in chat. I'm so behind. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She's great though. Please check her out. She's lovely. I got to hang out with her lots at TwitchCon. I feel so bad. This is a different topic entirely. I met so many cool people at TwitchCon that I was like so excited to talk to. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to talk more and hang out. And then I was gone for a whole month. And I was like, I don't want to send a DM to anybody right now until I'm home, because if I do, I won't be able to respond, you know? So I just didn't. I'm like, I hope they don't think I just like them. I actually like them a lot. I just didn't want to like send them a message and be like, hey, what's up? And then ghost them for a month. So I was like, I'll just wait until I'm fully back home. I haven't played yet. I'm going to stream it. Roxy. When has the counter been hot before? That's the thing. It's just that it's a not example. It's a metaphor. The metaphor is that life is like a counter. When you touch the counter, those are good friends. The cool touch, that's a good friend, right? That's a good relationship. But sometimes it's hot because you accidentally befriend someone who is not. Actually, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes there are some people that are not worth befriending. I hate to say that, but there are some people that in my opinion, if they're not going to be a good friend, they are not worth befriending. They are not worth the attention that you gave them. They are not worth the time and energy that you provided to them. That's my opinion. I think it is not hard to be a good friend. Or to at least be a decent friend, okay? Decency. I feel the word decent needs to, I don't know, have a comeback. I think more people need to be decent, whether you're a friend or not. So, also, yeah, extra rainy stream. It's almost like you guys are cool or something and I like you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm also gonna put this out of context. Yeah, I love it's like, hey, tell me if I'm insane for this. And then like 5 or 6 different people, you are so insane. Oh, except for Roxy. Roxy's Roxy's ruined. Roxy's like, you're not insane. Okay. It's weird because like I won't scroll on the chat. I see it up on the stream. Yeah, okay. In my opinion, all right. Here's another piece of advice for friendships, I guess. On the opposite side of if you should be willing to bring things up to your friends, people that you care about, if you really care about them. Now, if you're like kind of acquaintances with someone and they're like kind of annoying or they kind of do something that bothers you, but like you don't really interact with them, I don't know if that's worth bringing up if you really don't care. But if there's somebody who you say to them, hey, I love you, I care about you so much, like I love that you're in my life, I love that we're friends, if you really do care about them that much, you should be open enough to say, hey, there's this behavior, there's this thing that has really hurt my feelings or been difficult. And because when someone comes to me and says that, I don't take that as, oh my God, they hate me. I personally take that as, oh my God, they love me enough to want to stay friends with me. Right? They love me enough to want to stay friends with me and to let me know so I can fix it so we can continue to be friends. Now, if somebody comes to you and is like, hey, you're an asshole for no reason and is like yelling at you or whatever, that you're a bad person, that's different. But like if they come to you, I also have nonverbal months, so it's okay. I get that. Yeah, me too. I was so busy in November. I was like, I'll get back to everybody later. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Hi. Oh, thanks. I'm glad I can be at least decent. Hi, Nathan. Welcome. Oh, yeah. Okay. So if someone comes to you reasonably, okay? If someone comes to you with a reasonable request or with a reasonable, hey, this really hurt my feelings. They're not yelling at you. They're not screaming at you. They're not like attacking you or whatever. Hear them out. It can really hurt. And this is just a maturity thing. I think, there's lots of people out there. There's so many people. Thank you for the water. Hi, Corey. Going back to what I was talking about how there's a bunch of IRL streamers and like big names that they're making a bad name for streamers like us that just kind of want to chill. I want to be one of the main reasons I would love to one day be super fucking popular is so I can somehow inspire a generation of people to be more mature and reasonable. Which sometimes I think about, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm just too mature for streaming. And I don't mean like, oh no, I'm too like 18 plus. No, I mean like, I think of things from a rational perspective. I think of things with nuance. I want people to be good people. And there are so many influencers, not everybody, but there are so many I see that are big that I know that their demographic is like kids. And they're inspiring kids to kind of be shitty people because they don't think about how their actions how they are role models for people that they've never even met. And I would feel so bad if somebody was like, you know what? I did this shit because I learned it from Rainy. I was a shitty person because I learned it from Rainy. I'd be like, oh my God, please do not say that. I did not mean for that. I was trying to do the opposite, like, but I think your actions have to match your words. And going back into, yo, thank you for 7 months of support with your Prime Gaming. Welcome in, Fake. Hello. Do not do crime. No, do not do crime. just think that, like, I don't know. I'm thinking about, like, my family has always been very, like, I learned from a young age, like, if you have nothing nice to say, or you have nothing constructive to say, or nothing productive to say, you keep it to your damn self. All right? Again, it's not just nice, it's also productive and constructive. Those two words are very important. Okay? If it's not productive or constructive to say, hey, can you shut up? You're annoying. Don't fucking say it, even if you think that. Just stop talking to them. Don't put yourself in situations where you'll be with this individual that you find annoying, right? Now, if they ask, hey, am I annoying? Maybe say, yeah, I find this behavior that you do a little annoying. If they ask. But if they don't ask, who cares? You know? I know. Well, that's why I'm like, maybe that's why I'm not very popular. Maybe I'll never get views because I'm just not that way. But then I think of the people who, when I was younger, I looked up to that weren't my family. Hi, Sarul. How was Voop Chat? Hello, hello. My name is Rainy. I'm your local magical girl. It was so nice of you to stop in. We're just having a chat. I think about, like, obviously my mom and my grandma were very, like, they wanted all of me and my two brothers to grow up to be good people. And so they, told us, these are things you do, these are things you don't do, because they wanted us to be good people. But I think now, ignoring that part, hype train, hell yeah! I think about to the other people that I looked up to, because obviously, especially as a kid, you are not, there's going to be a time in your life probably where you're not going to listen to your parents. You're going to be like, man, it's not a phase. Who cares? Mom, dad, whatever, right? Like, and you're going to be looking to other areas of your life for role models. And then I think to myself, man, who was my role model for a long time? Markiplier. I watched Markiplier on a fucking daily ass basis. Also, Iron Lung comes out next month. Hell yeah, gonna go see it. I'm so fucking excited. But, so it's like, he was a good example. I watched, like, a lot of art YouTubers. I watched, like, that's why I'm just not surprised that Miz was actually a horrible person, because none of them give the vibes that they're actually friends. That's, the What's with the Miskiff crew called? The people who are, like, the same neighborhood. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but I know it happens next month. And I saw some people went to, like, a showing today. I really want to see it. Yeah, I'm hoping that because I'm in California, it's probably showing in a lot of places, I hope. But I think to the people that I looked up to, and I'm trying to, like, think. I didn't watch a whole lot of creators, but I watched Markiplier. I watched, like, a lot of cosplayers who really just, they didn't really share their opinion as much as they just kind of focused on crafting. Like, I watched a lot of people who just really focused on their craft. I don't even know if anyone knows who she is anymore. I watched a lot of Lavender Town. Do you guys know who that is? Do you guys know who Lavender Town is? She was an art YouTuber. She would sometimes talk about her feelings about things, but it's like, Lavender Town, she basically just did art and lots of, like, character design stuff. But, like, a lot of the people that I looked up to are people that continue, like, have never been in any controversy, right? I have never really been interested in watching people that are problematic on purpose, that are trying to make people angry, because I just don't have the fucking time for that in my life. I don't have time for that. And also, I don't like watching people treat others like shit when they haven't done anything, right? Like, if someone's an asshole, like we talked about later, I don't care if someone's like, get the fuck out of my store if you're being a dick. But it's like, if people are just existing and somebody's going up and bothering them, like the IRL streamer that Somali or whatever, who was, like, going in to Japan and Korea and all these places and just causing a fucking nuisance, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to support that. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Mark is a good example of a popular YouTuber creator who is generally a kind person. I think so too. I love Markiplier. I think that, you know, he continues to just make cool shit with cool people. He has not been in any controversy other than the honey thing, but he wasn't even a part of it. He was just like, this is a mess, and I know something's wrong, but I can't tell, right? And it is funny. So I don't know. I like him a lot. I've told people if there's ever a bad thing that comes out about Markiplier, like a really bad thing, I think all of my hope in this world is gone. I like legitimately think that. I'd be like, he was the one person I thought I could trust. And you can't trust him still, you know? Mark's brother Thomas is a very good-hearted person, a skilled artist. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, no, I've never heard of him being in anything. He does tons of cool stuff, you know. At this rate, you need a mouth guard for the factory spin. Oh my god, hi, Retro. Hi, Emmy! Back in the hotel room. Enjoy your break. I used to watch her a bunch. Yeah, I like her style too. She tried VTubing for a little while, but I think she mostly just, she's popular. Like, she has over 100 subs, but I know that Lavender Town was kind of like more in the art side. So I'm like, I don't know if many streamer watchers like ever followed her, or non-artists, because she was very focused on the art community, but I think her art's cool. Her style is very cool, and she had a cool webcomic about witches. Hi! That's what makes it extra sweet, pun intended. He was correct about the honey app and knew something was wrong about it. I know, and he was like, yeah, something about it. My influences were like Captain Sauce, Dan T, DM, Jacksepticeye, and I don't know who those other two are, but I know Jacksepticeye. I like that he does lots of charity work. I don't know about him much, though. Thank you for a level 1 hype treat at 31% with a total of 1 gifted sub. Thank you! Me neither. I don't get into the thrill of seekers for stunt-focused stuff. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I just don't care about seeing... I can't even think of someone that I watch. I'm like trying to think deep into my brain of like, was there anyone I ever watched like that? Not really. I mean, right now I watch a lot of food YouTubers. I love, we're not talking about anyone in particular. We're talking just about in general about, that there are creators that their whole content structure is just like being a nuisance to other people, making problems for other people, and kind of like using that as content. And I'm just not fond of that. I'm really not. So Markiplier was the one person that doesn't like something or someone that doesn't like, and he turned out to be right. Yep. His mom's hilarious. Hi, welcome in, Pan B. I will say PewDiePie is someone who had his controversial moments while he streamed, but really seemed to grow out of it and wanted to be a better person. I can respect that. Not a lot of creators have. See, this is something that I feel strongly about. Another thing I feel strongly about. I should get a little soapbox. I need a little soapbox. Hold on. So here's my soapbox. Is this a PNG? Save. Here. Soapbox. I need my soapbox. Hold on. VTube Studio. VTube data. Streaming assets. Items. Okay, here. Hold on. Behind me. Okay. Oops. There you go. Okay. Here. I want to get rid of the white background. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. And then I'll get back. But hold that. Yeah, I'm only as big as a box. Look at me. I am 1 box high. What does that mean? That's like, bro can't even talk. She's only 3 apples tall. Yo, thank you so much. Thank you for the follow, Aria. All right. File. Save as. PNG. Yes. Okay, hold on. No. Get out of here. Oh, Oh, shit. Is it this one? Haha! Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. My other thing that I care strongly about, all right? I think that if someone does something wrong, depending on what it is, obviously, if it's illegal and they are found to, you know, there's enough evidence to prove that they did it, they should go to jail if it is illegal, right? However, if they are a part of something or say something that is wackadoodle crazy, and then they are like, you know, they get some people are like, hey, what you did, what you said, kind of whack, maybe don't. And they grow and they try to grow and they make an effort to do that through their actions, not just saying, I'm going to change, right? Actions matter more than words. I feel that strongly. And so if somebody has changed or like has tried to change, I think that they should be allowed to at least have a chance. They should at least have a chance to change, right? So like using the Cinder situation. Cinder, all this shit came out. None of that was illegal. Kind of just bad behavior, right? Really bad behavior. If she came back, she apologized, whether people accept her apology or not is whatever. If she, you know, in the future, people are like, oh no, Cinder's been a very good friend to me. Cool. I hope that she's reformed. But I think people, society should be understanding of like, hey, we're all people. We all make mistakes. Some make bigger mistakes than others. But we can grow and change. Now, some people can't. Some people, like we mentioned, they really can't. But I would say that I would probably like, I'm going to be hopeful. 85 to 90% of people have the ability to grow and change for the better. Now, whether they do that is a whole other thing. But if you are always defining somebody by one thing that they did a very long time ago that they have not done again, I feel like you are part of the problem. Because people are scared to even own up to mistakes. That's why I'll see a Google Docie and someone's like, I didn't do anything wrong. They definitely did, but they don't even want to be seen as being wrong and admitting to it, because then they are like admitting to the fact that they did something. It's like, yeah, if you fucked up, you should be willing to say, I did fuck up. I will own up to my mistake and I will try and be better. They have to want to change though. Yes, they have to want to. There will be some people who don't grow. There will be some people who don't change. But I think if there is someone you see giving an honest effort to be a better person, I don't think we should be like, oh my God, look at you, you did it. But I don't think we should be putting them down for, hey, I see you're trying to be better, but remember that one thing you did a long time ago? Yeah, remember that? Because all that does is make a space where people don't want to change. They would rather just be like, well, if you're going to hate me for even trying to change, no, there's no point. So, but I have been put in a spot where I've looked up to some folks who I thought were the up and up and only get exposed later as being bullies and criminals in the making. So because of that, I guess I could say that I've got trust issues towards most folks. I think it's fine to be wary of where you give your support. I really do. And I think it's why I don't support a lot of people monetarily. One, because I don't have any money myself. But I like to watch how people act, both on their socials and like if I really like someone, I will look into their history, I guess. I would love to imagine having money. I would love to just have money. That'd be great. All the presents that I bought for Sean, it's because they were all on sale. And I was like, I usually don't, I usually can't think of what to get him for his birthday. So I just mostly got him Christmas presents. Oh my God. 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Dutch was like, let me in. And I was like, okay. All right. Anyway. I watch Dan TDM, aka the Diamond Minecraft, all the time. I have no idea who this is. Jacksepticeye was in Dispatch. He was one of my favorite characters. See, I like Moist Critical. Now, like, when I think about who I watch a lot of Moist Critical. Markiplier still. I watch, Anti-Chef. Because I like that he shares his mistakes. Though I think sometimes he makes mistakes on purpose. I want to hope that he doesn't, but I like him a lot. I like Pete, also known as, like, Premier 2. Like, I like Kenji. I don't know. I tend to follow more people that are like, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. That their primary, like the primary aspect of all of the content they make is that it's clear to see that they really like it. And a lot of times they're just fucking no nonsense. They're like, I just like doing this. You know? Yeah, no. I said not illegal. I would say that's illegal. Yeah, 8-ball. Like, if you do something that is illegal, that is different. I don't have time or spoons for drama. I'm talking about non-illegal activities, just to be very clear when I talk about people should be allowed to grow and change. Non-illegal activities. Have you watched Sorted Food Speaking on... No, I don't really... Funny enough, I'm trying to think. I don't really watch a lot of VTubers that aren't, like, my friends. And none of them really do food specific. An Iron Mouse. I like Iron Mouse. Thank you for the water. Thank you for the posture check. Ugh. There are certain people I can't imagine being generally awful, like Markiplier. I do like Sea-Dog. I actually really like Sea-Dog. I love how much charity work he does. That's another one. I'm realizing I watch a lot of guy streamers, a lot of guy YouTubers. Do I have any ladies that aren't my friends? I'm trying to not pick people that I know personally. Because obviously I love my friends, but people who are not my friends, do I watch any like other gals? I used to follow this one person. Her name is Mew Tripled. Like Doki Mint Mark, this guy called Far From Subtle and the Easter Eggs, like Fun with Guru. Oh, I guess Iron Mouse. I don't really know Iron Mouse personally, but I think she's like the only girl that I watch that's not like, oh no, I like Snuffy. I like Snuffy too. Yeah, I like Snuffy too. It's hard because I have a lot of girlfriends, like a lot of gal friends that I watch that are streamers, but like not people I don't personally know. I've talked with Iron Mouse once or twice, but I don't personally know her. I don't. So did I miss a message? Oh, actual height. Same here. I actually prefer when creators aren't perfect. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's also one reason I really like Anti-Chef is that none of his stuff, like none of his issues are edited out. Like if he drops something, it stays in, you know, if he is clumsy. And I like that because I like that it feels more human. Like, obviously, if you're an amazing editor and everything looks perfect, that's cool too. But I enjoy that human aspect a lot. And it's why I enjoy streaming a lot because I don't have to edit out anything, I guess. Or I don't, like, think about it. I don't have to think about it. That's right. Repaint plush. Now it's certain that I will get the repaint plush. I have to take a picture of it on a soapbox. Yes! Now I think you got it right. Either can't or won't make the effort depending on circumstances. Two streamers I truly cannot stand and don't ever see grow. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that. I'm always down to cheer people on who are actually trying to change. We support growth and improvement. Imagine having money, not me. Ready for V president. Man, I wish. Actually, I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like being president of any country is like a hard fucking job. I do. I don't know if I'd want to be president. I don't know if I want to be president, but I'd love to be popular enough to make a difference in the world through my existence. But looking at people and lure, their lure out of happy intrigue. I basically watch only you. Yo! happy that you watch me. If you ever watch someone else too, that's okay. But I'm happy you watch me. You realize I watch Rainy, Otaku, and a few other friends, but that's about it. I don't watch a lot of streamers that like I'll put my friends on. Like I'll have like streams up. I used to have people I watch like more regularly that, but I just don't. I've been trying to spend I had like a really hard mental year last year. And I spent like all of my time on the computer, even when I wasn't working. And so I've been trying to be better about like, okay, this is why my recap had much lower numbers in terms of watch hours, because I will do my stuff on the computer and then I try and do something else. Like I try and go clean or do something away from my desk so that I'm standing or like going out and getting a coffee, because this is another piece of advice, unsolicited, but like, I know that y'all are like, there's so many people that are like, I don't want to touch grass. I don't want to go outside. You should step away from your desk sometimes. You should step away from your PC sometimes. Even if it's only for a little bit. Go watch a show like on your TV if you have TV, or go outside for a second. Actually, I like to go before stream. I'll usually go outside on my porch and I'll just like I don't know, breathe in the air, the California air. But no, I just have stuff to get done. It's not even a hard time. It's just I know that if I'm not wary of how much time, I will spend all day streaming. More recently, I watch a lot of Mousy, you and a couple of Hermitcraft folks and longtime running Minecrafter. There are lots of illegal activities I can excuse, and a lot of legal ones I won't. I guess it does depend on what it is. Because I think there is some stuff that is illegal that I'm like, okay, well, I'm not talking about big things or anything that hurts someone else, by the way, just to be very clear. But play on 2, 3 cooking shows until I get the right camera tech. Cooking, yeah. I like cooking. I really like watching people cook. And I don't know, like decorate houses. Oh, man. Me too. Iron Mouse is a sweetheart and a wild sense of humor to boot. I have issues with Sea Dog, but it's more personality clashes between how he and I view certain things. Like, I don't think he's a bad person by any means. My biggest great with him is that he does make the joke of, oh, I'm out of money. I have no money. I'm like, dude, you are literally a millionaire. You are literally a millionaire who admitted to spending like $30,000 on cinema rolls for your best friend. So that is my one gripe with Sea Dog. But it's just not a joke I find funny personally. And it's not my job to tell him it's not it. But yeah, enjoy your break. So I thought you were going to say if you watch someone else, you're fried. No, of course not. I know I'm not the only streamer that exists, and I want you guys to, watch whoever you enjoy, even if it's not me. Like, I mean, I've had people that were my regulars that are no longer my regulars, and well, that's always kind of sad to see. I'm appreciative that I was their favorite streamer for a little while. Like, I want to be more people's favorite streamer. Obviously, that feels very nice, but I'm not like entitled to be your favorite streamer. So if you watch other people, I'm not going to be all yandere like, oh my God, you can't do that. That's fucked. I would never want someone telling me what I can and cannot, who I can and cannot watch or what I can and cannot do. Especially if they ain't my parent and are not the boss of me and are not paying me. For real, I'd rather be like an advisor or make suggestions on how things, but yeah, being the head of decisions, no. If I can't watch other streamers, then my streamer can't have other viewers. Wait, imagine it's like if you tell me I can't watch other people, I am your only viewer. Hi, Quincy. Hello. Do you have any other appointments? No, I did not. Good examples. Hold on, scrolling up. Did I miss a message? I feel the static. Hi, Quincy. How are you? I'm allergic to grass ponds, so I joke that I can't touch grass. One of the reasons I wanted a drawing tablet with a screen was, yeah, so you can, like, draw elsewhere. I don't really watch Sea Dog, but I love his podcast he's on and liked his YouTube back in the day. Yeah, I like his videos. I think they're good. How dare you not have them listed as your #1 streamer? Exactly! Oh my God! I should... Honestly, okay, this is, jokes aside. jokes aside, this is actually something that I am going to mention because I think it matters a lot to me. I think that it matters more than people give it credit for. If you like somebody and you want to share their streams, even if you're not a streamer yourself, or if you are, that's fine, whatever, whichever, you should put them in your recommended streamers, your little list that's at the bottom of your thing, of your channel. Because what if one day, imagine you're not even a streamer, but one day somebody happens upon your account. Maybe you're in a chat and they see your name and they're like, funny name, and they click on your channel to see if you're a streamer. Maybe they'll find your favorite streamer that you're trying to promote. That is one way that you can help your favorite creator, your favorite streamer. Put them in your recommended. It takes a lot. It doesn't always have to be monetary support. Sometimes it's just giving a kind comment or putting them on your recommended, you know. Need for the hydration. And you can't tell me what to do. She's not God or my father or my boss. Think it's AV. Aw, thank you. It is. I wouldn't even say it's a consolation. I think it's an honor. Consolation makes it feel like it's less, it's less than important, but I think it's very important to me. I feel very lucky that there are people that call me their favorite. So. Wait, what is that? What was that on HoloLive? Rara was like, Doom on that game with the wizards or the mages. And then everyone exploded. I thought that clip was really funny. Are you still watching Bon Appetit? I don't know what that is. Oh, is it a food thing? Yeah, I have no what I have to do today, in case you're curious. I have to record some videos. I know. She's like, yeah, she's like, but Doom, and everyone's like, what do you mean Doom? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Funny clip. Funniest clip of the year. Funniest clip of the year, I think. You know what? That's another thing. Thinking of funniest clip of the year, it's not even about that. I saw there's a lot of big streamers that their entire focus on just like sharing other drama because it gets them views. And I'm just like, so even if you're not a part of it, you are sharing, you have, maybe you have hundreds of thousands or millions of followers, right? And you are sharing more drama to more people so more people know about it because it gets you views. Damn. Oh, you know what? There's another YouTuber I like, Ben of the Week. I think Ben of the Week is funny as shit. I think his videos are good. I think they're great. I love Ben of the Week. And I mean, obviously, I like Tom Carney. So I'm trying to think, are there any like women YouTubers I watch? Hold on, I gotta check. Non-streamers, YouTube. What pops up when I go to YouTube? I never got my recap, actually. Touch me, Midas, let me part of your design. Okay. I hope one day I am popular enough that there is someone out there who wants to animate my audio clips or an audio clip of me. If I ever get that, made it. Dun, 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 dun. That's another guy, man. Do I not who do I watch? Like, non-streamers. I'm trying to look for non-streamers. Who do I watch on YouTube who's a lady? Lean beef patty for educational reasons. And Valence had a good article that addressed the past week's events, and a big issue in VTubers has become awash with drama. Farmers who will keep the issue going to the Yep. Sadly, that is true. Yeah, that's a man. Man, I don't know. I don't think I have a YouTuber who I watch. Oh, there's no episodes on Saturdays. Now, I'll tell you why. Normally, I don't stream on Saturday. And the reason I don't stream on Saturdays is because Sean and I usually have one day to hang out. One day to hang out. That's like our day. And it used to be Sundays, but that day didn't work with him, his schedule. So it's usually Saturday. That's the only reason I normally stream Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Sorry. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. So originally there wasn't going to be an episode. No, you didn't miss one. Amy Lee about architecture. I'm really trying to think here. Like a non-streamer. I'm trying to think of a non-streamer YouTuber. Oh, I like Jaden. I do watch her videos. I do like her videos. So actually there's someone I used to love, but she doesn't really make videos anymore. Let me see. They added that about a month ago, I think. Oh, I meant to tell you. Wolfie Chew. I know a little bit about her. I've seen like some of her clips. But, and like, she did like animations, I think, but I didn't really watch her a lot. No reason, just didn't. Oh yeah, Jaden is a streamer now. Well, she did stream for a while. Man, trying to think of just a YouTuber. Because I don't really watch a lot of Lavender Town anymore. To me, just fade away. I don't know. I watch a lot of guys. No real reason other than maybe there isn't one that has really captivated me. Well, hold on. Here. There is one girl, but she stopped making YouTube videos. Oh, actually, there is one. It's a newer lady, though. Oh, wait, what do you mean incorrect password? What the fuck do you mean incorrect password? Hold on. I'm trying to log into my Notion. Everything that I watched this one lady. She does, like, documentaries on, she does documentaries on, like, weird stuff. That sounds like, that could be literally anything, Rainy. That's stupid. I don't know her name is the problem because I just started watching her, but she did one on like a living doll YouTuber. What is her name? Oh, her name is Kidology. She does oh, thank you for the water. She does she hasn't uploaded for like the last month, but I found her more recently and she basically does like video essays on, you know, if it wasn't for the editing part of a YouTube video, I don't know why I don't just make videos like Charlie makes them, like Moist Critical makes them, because I feel like I could talk about literally anything, and yet I don't make YouTube video essays because the actual editing just it takes so much time. I'm just such a slow editor. Just such a slow editor, and it makes me be like, I should spend my time on other stuff. I could just be streaming, you know. But Strange Eons and Izzy. Also, it's going good. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys what I was doing. Today I have to clean some more, and then I also have to record a video actually. And I have like my to-do list. I have some emails I need to send, but yeah, like I feel like I could talk. I can yap about a subject for literally hours, you know? I can't say. A video. Oh. I forgot to mention something. This will be relevant next stream, which will be Monday. I will not be able to stream tomorrow. I'll not be able to stream tomorrow because I'm picking up Sean. But so starting Monday, we are going to have kind of an event. Yeah, you don't have to participate, obviously. It's just an extra thing. But starting on Monday, we are going to have a tree in the stream. It'll be a little Christmas tree, okay? And on the tree will go ornaments. If you gift subs, you get an ornament on the tree. Yes. So the honor of gifting. If you resub yourself, I feel like everyone, oh my god, there'd be too many spaces, but just one gifted. So I will be adding Nilo to the tree as it is the month of gift giving. If you gift, you get something on the tree. So that will be, I have to draw the tree. I was going to draw the tree. So starting Monday. But anyone who retroactively or in the past gave sub, I thought that would be a cute way to thank and share the love of anyone who did gifts, because gifting means the world to me. And any gift, it doesn't have to be 5 or anything. I actually thought that the more you gift, the bigger your ornament will get. That is my current thought right now. So I will put your name on a little ornament, and if you gift more, you get a bigger thing. Bigger ornament. That's all. But you don't have to gift a lot if you just gift one. But it's just the kindness and the fact that you've gifted a sub to someone is very sweet. So yes, I'm gonna be honest, Lynn. I haven't messaged you back yet because I know that one, I want to get resituated, and I know that you're going through a hard time. But whenever you're ready, let me know, and we'll work on stuff whenever you are able to. But yeah, so I wanted to draw the tree. I wanted to draw it so it wasn't just like grabbing one online. I want to make it special for all of you guys. So that will start on Monday. But if you gifted any subs, so like Nilo gifted a sub. Oh, what's wrong? Are you okay? Hold on. Are you okay? Are you all right? What's wrong? What? That was weird. Sorry. He just started freaking out. He's like, I want to leave the room. And I was like, okay. So there was one YouTuber I wanted to show you guys. Content. Where did they go? Mood board. Okay. Her name was actually Nishizono. Nishizono was her name. She used to post videos, but she doesn't really post anymore. I really liked watching her videos, though. They were kind of like found footage videos. She used to stream too, but like she wouldn't really stream as much as like she had videos that looked like streams, but she didn't actually live stream. But she kind of just stopped making stuff. So I was kind of sad when she was gone, but I just hope she's doing okay wherever she is. So. Bum, bum, ba, bum. Oh, I do! Wait, she's a lady! Yeah, I do. I still watch her. Yes, she's a YouTuber. Oh my god, why am I blanking on her name? Husbando. Imamu Room! There's a lady I watch. Yeah. Imamu Room here. So I watch Imamu Room. Yeah, Imamu Room. Never seen. Yeah, I love her stuff. That's another cooking. I'm like really big. I'm really big into cooking creators, I guess. I just really like watching food. If it's true crime, my YouTube, actually, where's my recap? Can I find that? How to find YouTube recap. Yeah, she calls them husbandos. I think it's so sweet. How do I... Yeah, it's always, I will say, it's always really sad when someone you watch just kind of disappears. Like, if they give a reason, it's like, okay, at least I know they're doing well. But if they just like all of a sudden stop posting, it makes me nervous and worried. But there's nothing you can really do. All you can do is hope they're doing good. Yes, please eat. I'll probably eat something else. I had a what's it called, bowl. I had a no, I probably have to go anyway. So don't even worry. It's 4:41. So it's 4:41. So I have to find someone to raid anyway. I have stuff to do. I could literally talk to you guys forever. Oops. Why can't I hear myself? That's the problem, is when you have the coolest chatters around, you want to keep hanging out. Ooh. Let me see. Where are we going to go? Let's see. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Just a cigarette and it harms your pretty lungs. Only twice a week, so there's not much of a chance. Yeah, I don't have mine. I can't find it. Also, I know where we're gonna go. All right. Oh, thank you. Is mine there? Oh, my recap is there. Okay, that's weird. It popped up now. So who did I watch? Let me see. JonTron, he will make like 5 or 6 vids over a year and then disappear for a year or two. Yeah. Your top interests: karaoke songs, anime and manga, streaming culture, cooking tutorials, video game trailers. I watched 628 channels. My top channel, Moist Critical. And then I watched a lot of like VTuber news channels. Karaoke, music videos, Japanese street food, recipe reviews, cooking tutorials, streaming software, musical, culinary, and obviously you guys can tell I like streaming. I'm a wonder seeker. You're drawn to awe-inspiring content that shows extraordinary skills. You've watched theme park ride videos and creative music that you love. Hell yeah. Peak Sweet Guy, I don't even know who that is. I watched a lot of animations. It's weird because like, I am cool. Wow, I didn't think that'd be me. My YouTube is pretty small. My top songs. Wait, Dutchy Boy's on there. Why was Bubbly like? How is my own song not my top song? How is my own song not my top song? What? That's crazy. I'll put it in trends. That's crazy. La 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 la. Most likely to host a karaoke night with themed snacks and drinks for everyone. That's my award. Oh man, I would do that. Actually, I've had an idea. I've had an idea, a plan. I've had a plan. Really, rainy day off was. I know I gotta stream more. I actually, funny, if I wanted to like try and get it to affiliated, we will do that after. Maybe I'll stream on it. I've had stuff. What sucks is I've had stuff. You know how I said that was gonna be the channel that I was not gonna care about. Like I was just gonna be like, yeah, I'm just gonna do whatever. I started being like, well, what if it's not good enough? I'm like, no, I just need to go live on it. I just need to go on live on it. Hi, Bailey. Mwah, how are you? I have a plan. I know. My title tells lies. I know. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sorry. I'm a little liar who likes hanging out with you guys. Wouldn't you rather me say it was going to be shorter and then have it be longer instead of like saying, oh, it's going to be long and then have it be short? I feel like that would be worse. It's like, all right, example. I think that if you think something's going to take longer than it's going to take, you should tell people it's going to take longer. If it's not a stream. Right? So if you're like, hey, it's going to take me an hour to make this thing for you. Say that it's going to take a day. That way, if it gets on faster, they feel better about it. Oh, no. Well, you did catch us at the end of the stream. I was just waiting for the ad break to end so that I wasn't, like, rating during ads. But, hi, Twilight. I'm sorry you're at the end of the stream. I know. Well, there was one day I did a 1-hour stream. There was one time I did a 1-hour stream. I said, this stream will only be this. And at 59, I straight up was like, okay, nope, I'm leaving. That was the hardest thing I've ever had to do stream-wise. It was the worst thing to happen to anyone ever. I love saying that. Yeah, well, I said it was going to be short. I even said, like, I can't say super long. Basically, do the Scotty of Star Trek. He always quoted a longer time to fix the Enterprise than he actually took to get it done. Yeah, because then you feel better. It's like if something... Imagine you're like, hey, your package is gonna... it's gonna take, like, a whole week to get your thing done. But then it only takes 2 days. You're gonna be like, oh my god, that was so fast. Oh my god. Right? It's gonna be nicer. It's gonna be nice. So, anyway. Okay. I love you guys a lot. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. I do too. I want it one day. But we're gonna go over to my friend Yoko Siri. I love her a lot. She's very nice. She's very, very sweet. Thank you for hanging out with me for a whole extra hour. I'm sorry I took over your time. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you're on Twitch, we're raiding over to Siri. If you're not, if you're just on YouTube, thank you for watching on YouTube. If you're on Twitter, thank you for watching on Twitter. I really appreciate you guys. Wherever you watch me from, it means the world to me. Thank you for your support. I will be live again on Monday. We will have the tree. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Bye. See you later. Yeah, please have a fun time with Siri. She's really nice. She's really, really awesome. Actually, I need to send her a message because I'm home now.